There are few things as skin-crawlingly embarrassing as bad freestyle rap. It is this unmatchable cringe that I derive immense pleasure from experiencing. I love watching bad freestyle rap, and I'm sure you've noticed over the years because I've made probably like 20 videos now covering some terrible freestyles, and I just saw one from, I guess, like a corporate club get together on like a rooftop. I mean, I'm imagining it's like a rooftop bar or something for something called the Amador Club in San Francisco.
San Francisco, it's like you're on a trip. You got the rip when you hanging out with the rune like you high on the mushrooms. What? Because this is what we do. It's the love. It's the gift straight up from the God above when you hanging with your friends at the Amador Club, right? And when you got this, it's a flash. It feels like you've got this blush. You're so hot, like it's the gold rush. Because when you're here, you got the AI. It's so fly. And what's AI? A rune's intelligence. That's what we come in.
I was so sad that it cut off abruptly here. I want the director's cut. There's like 5 people filming on their phones. Someone has to have the full rap. Oh, it's so delightful. He's hitting this shit au natural, a cappella. This guy is dropping the stinkiest bars with his whole chest, full confidence, not even a single iota of a beat, very seldomly even hitting a rhyme. He can't even accidentally string together sentences that flow. It is perfection when it comes to shitty freestyle rapping. He even said, AI so fly. Come on, that is divine, god damn it. I love this shit. This guy's up here and he's like, I wonder how it even got to this point. He's probably like, guys, Amador Club, gather around. I want to show you something. I got some bars for you. I might just fuck around and fart some poop with it, dry rubbing my cock until it starts shooting glue. Like, how do you even get to this point? Everything about this just tickles me. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. He's not hurting nobody. He's just up there having a good old time, and I'm here having a hoot and a holler at it. Like, I think it's very fun all around. It's ultimately harmless, and it puts a lot of questions in my noodle. Did he, like, practice this? Was this, like, a premeditated freestyle thing, or was he just, like, you know, maybe he had a couple of brewskis, maybe butt-chugging a bit, and he's like, you know what, guys? I'm gonna try a little something here. I'm gonna go for it. And, like, I just recently watched 8 Mile, and it's time. Clarence has some real good parents. Amador Club! Like, I just wonder how it gets there. And I'm just enjoying being able to watch him work his magic. That's all. And you know what's even more impressive, and I think adds a nice cherry on top of this cake? These people paid to be there. So I looked up the Amador Club, by the way. $50 a month, 50 clams a month. And this is some of the socialization you get. This is part of the experience. At least I think they're all part of the Amador Club since he, like, addresses them as such, but I guess it's entirely possible they're just kind of patrons that happen to be there too. Like, maybe they were just sharing space with the Amador Club, because it looks like they're at, like, a rooftop bar or something. But no doubt, since he is directly saying Amador Club, there are some members here. I can't fully wrap my head around what it is. The concept eludes me, and the more that I read about it, the less I understand. This just sounds like some real, like, bougie California money-wasting type shit. A new club in downtown San Francisco might assume it to be a highly exclusive establishment given the ornate box beam ceilings, gleaming marble counters and walls, bespoke furniture, and elegantly arcing light fixtures. But membership in the new social club that opened this month at the base of the historic Bank of Italy building at the corner of Montgomery and Clay Streets is a relatively affordable $50 a month, and the general public is welcome for breakfast on weekdays from 7 to 10:30 a.m. $50 a month and they're calling it relatively affordable. Oh my goodness, it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Oh my god, that made my voice crack. Evan Crow, owner of the bank, says his goal is to create a non-elitist place for people of varied backgrounds to meet and do things with each other. If you don't want to do that, then this probably isn't the right space for you, he said. A key membership guideline is that people not be disagreeable. No assholes allowed, Crow said. I swear, this guy's more out of touch than Ubisoft. He wants a non-elitist club, yet is charging $50 a month for this privilege. Goofball, the only people that can afford to fork over 50 clams a month for the semblance of having friends is the elite. $50 a month is diabolical for like a friendship simulator get-together type thing where you go gather around and watch this guy freestyle rap, I suppose. That is a crazy price tag, and yet he's making it seem like he's just giving it away for free. Anyone's welcome. We don't want any assholes, and we don't want to be like an elitist organization. We just need $50 a month. That's all. Holy cannoli. The gall to confidently say that $50 a month is relatively affordable and to try and portray it as something like easily done by every ordinary Joe Schmo out there is just unhinged. Oh yeah, we don't want to be like an elitist club or anything. Yeah, there's like a $50 a month price tag, but that means it's like wide open to everybody that wants to come in here. All shapes and sizes. Come on, guys. $50 a month, it's nothing. Ooh. It makes your skin tingle. That's just so gross. $50 a month for friends and $50 a month for a freestyle rap performance at a rooftop bar. Man, I'm having to fight the urge real hard to keep my money in my wallet from just flying at the screen to join the Amador Club there. Oh, by the way, did I say the Amador Club costs $50 a month? Well, get pranked, nerd, because actually, that membership was for something totally different. The Amador Club is apparently something a little bit different, which Crow also owns, and the membership cost for the Amador Club is $250 per month with a $2,500 initiation fee. Now, the good news is there's a lot of value you'll get there. The bang for your buck is almost incalculable. One benefit that members of the bank receive is entry to regular events hosted by Amador Club, while the latter's members also have access to the bank where they can consume oysters, caviar, and craft cocktails amid other dining options. Do they eat for free, you think? I bet they still have to pay for all of that food. That would be my hunch. But even, let's say it is all free. I mean, you get your money's worth by going to the Amador Club events. Just look at the guy who was freestyling for you up there. That's worth the $250 a month on its own. If he's there like at least once a month, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a happy camper at $250 a month getting to listen to that. $250 a month. That's bonkers right there. I've only seen a sneak peek at what the Amador Club events look like with this freestyle here, but I gotta tell you, there are few things on this planet that I would be able to justify spending $250 a month for to, like, go to their events. That is an absurd price tag. But this is not in the relatively affordable $50 price range. This is for the elites. So this is a totally different ballgame. This isn't for, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. This is strictly for those with a sophisticated palate. And when you go to their website, they really drive that point home about it being like the apotheosis of sophistication and luxury and opulence, that kind of thing. I just find that kind of shit so cringe. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit because that freestyle, that had me giggling. I really appreciated his fine wordsmithing up there, a lyrical mastermind on full display. And I'm excited to maybe catch some more glimpses of the Amador Club freestyle performances in the future. Hopefully we'll get to see a few more of those down the line. Really, that's about it. So yeah. Is it this? From 2 years ago? Sub 1K views? Now that sounds like a good video.
Me up ever.
Good Lord!
I'm a
It's Heisenberg!
You'll never shut me up!
You killed
Oh,
doctors.
there's the killers
You
right
killed
there!
doctors.
You
You
killed
killed
Jesus!
doctors.
You killed Jesus!
I'd love to.
No, you won't!
Oh, I'm leaving this a like.
Screaming for Barabbas!
You killed
Shame
doctors.
on you!
You killed
God's gonna
doctors.
kill you!
This is what happens when Reddit
Oh,
meetups try and happen.
Oh, God's gonna kill you! Don't look.
You killed
How many
doctors.
It's like every Twitter argument ever
How
personified.
many have you paid for? God will wipe you
No, he's
out.
casting voodoo magic!
It don't work! You're
Block it with a holy
man.
force field.
The man who has risen up for the children. You'll never shut me up. You
Can someone get this man's doctor out here? He's gonna blow a fucking valve.
Shame on you. It's the word of God. and it's
Slap him with it.
Oh yeah, you don't want the word of God because it says you're wicked. You're wrong.
I don't know whose side to take. They're both making good arguments.
You need to be worried about God. Go get the
This Jesus guy is interrupting his mission for his fifth hamburger of his lunch.
Why don't you shut me up?
I am.
You can't. You never will. You in your
beg your
sin.
pardon?
I'm not afraid of you.
Kiss!
You need to be afraid
Fucking
of
make
God.
out in holy and unholy matrimony.
Who's gonna judge you?
You're gay.
You need to fear
You're
God.
gay.
No, I'm not. I love
You're
children.
pathetic.
I love women.
You're
and I love
pathetic.
my brothers
You're
and sisters.
pathetic.
More than anything I love God.
Oh,
What do you
God.
love? You love your penis. You left
No!
information that you did.
He doesn't love his penis. You'd have to be gay to love your penis.
That's why you're upset about this. No. You don't want the
No!
Come in the
I hate my penis. Tell him to shut up again.
Yeah, thank you. Scream. Wicked.
Twisted fucking nipples off for saying that kind of shit.
Wicked. Kiss my ass. Wicked.
Make him kiss it.
Shut up. I wouldn't say that.
There we go. Much better.
Probably some homeless.
Now we're getting in the groove again.
Shut up. Look at those demons.
He is annihilating him right now.
Never gonna happen.
Fucking hero.
Never.
Oh!
The Bible says the fear of God.
You shook the hornet's nest and you're not gonna like what comes out.
God. The Bible's in your ass. The Bible called you.
No! Show him where the Bible really is.
God. You killed Doctor.
Even that car in the background just stopped to watch this.
You piece of shit. You ugly piece of shit.
Take him over your knee and spank him. Put the discipline of Jesus right in his ass cheeks.
Shame on you.
He lost. He's walking away. He lost.
You a wicked old man.
How many times is he gonna walk away and come back? He's like on a runway fashion shoot.
Tell men of God.
I know who you are.
This guy looks like Fred Durst, the Jesus guy, not the old guy. The old guy looks like he was just late to bet on some horse races.
You killed Doctor. Shut up.
Yes! Take that! Ah! He's not only killing this Jesus man, he is killing Jesus himself with those shut-ups. Call him gay again.
You ISIS supporter.
Don't take that! Turn around for the 5th time! Turn around!
American old fool.
Turn around! No! He lost!
Murderer.
I hope he comes around in like a fucking golf cart and sweeps their leg. Yeah, that'll teach you. Now that is how arguing should be. Nice and civilized. Good points on both sides. There was a new one, not My Strange Addiction, but something like that. Addicted to Reddit and Twitch chat moderation or something. What the fuck was it? Well, my description of it was pretty accurate, I'd say. He still fits all the same categories: professional Reddit comment hoarder, Twitch chat moderator.
I always have my pacifier.
Wouldn't leave home without it.
Very young.
That's gotta be the most boring age to emulate. You can't play video games, you can't jerk off, because you have to be in the mindset of a baby. Look at how fun that toy is. How fun.
Or my mobile.
And even a playpen.
For me, I'm in
So
baby mode
boring.
all day. What I'm trying
At
to
least
get
if you're gonna
into
have a
my
weird, crazy
I could
obsession,
imagine
don't make it one so
what a kid might
goddamn
be like.
boring, where all you do is touch stuffed animal noses together for fun.
With all the whole environment.
Is he of
being in a
breastfeeding
nursery, very
age?
calming.
Yeah, he looks like he's built for breastfeeding. Receiving, that is.
So it's adult size, of course.
As most cribs are.
Go up and down like a traditional crib.
Oh my god, he's got a huge diaper on.
The bars.
Oh, it's definitely a big
signify
diaper.
Safety. And it's
That diaper is definitely
babies
filled. He
having to
shit his
grow up.
pants.
They-
But when you're 5 feet 6 inches tall,
He's only
high
5'6".
chair can be a tough
He's a manlet, and by that I mean the ideal male height, 5'6", baby. Representing us well, Stanley.
support up to
My
5
man.
pounds.
refreshing.
Yes, refreshing urine.
And that was where it started for me. I like to keep my diapers close to my crib so it's easy to change.
What a
But
sad
toddler
origin
diapers
story.
aren't exactly made for combining adult-sized diapers with a baby diaper to make it more absorbent.
They can go up to between 8
Jesus,
to 10 hours.
he's taking
without needing
fat
to change.
shits that need like quadruple
Mixed feelings
diapers,
when it comes to the diapers.
like
There's
bulletproof
times when
glass
it's like,
diapers to
you know,
hold it
a lot of
all.
Moving around. I usually buy something babyish. Aside
Where
from
is
the
his
diapers,
income
that's
coming
something
from? Did I
buy all
miss
the time
that?
Anyway, but
Is he making money like selling pictures of
it
himself
makes
as
it
a
that
baby
much more
online or
fun.
something? Like how is he making money?
Toy shopping.
He mines Bitcoin.
Hello.
You know, and I
how
could
are
see
you?
that. He looks like an early
I go
crypto
down,
adapter.
Search for my
Man, kids' toys suck. What the fuck? I don't know. Did I ever play with this kind of shit? Like, this is boring. There's no titties or rock and roll. What's the point?
Lifestyle. There's one thing you can't buy off the rack.
Love.
Baby clothes in
Oh.
adult sizes.
Right,
Okay,
that too.
So exactly what are you looking? Go
Ah,
ahead
looks
and take
good.
some notes, pen.
Spin around for me for the
and,
Vogue shoot.
See if
She put my name on it, the date I came, 66 inches. I met
What?
Mommy Pam, and it's just one of those times where it's like you meet somebody and you know it's just right.
What does that
Been with her
mean?
full time.
Is that like
My
one of his
relationship
victims?
Was very, very to myself.
So he's 31 years
A
old.
couple times I had the flu real bad.
That was in
Since his first mommy's
2002.
departure in 2005.
Oh. But that's still, that timetable still doesn't make sense. Wait,
Mommy.
so he met MILF pedophile mom Pam. to take care of his adult baby lifestyle in 2002, but he's 31 years old in 2009, or when was this filmed? I guess it could have been filmed earlier. But either way, he would have been like a literal tween at that time. That's like grooming a child. No wonder he became a baby fetishist.
I would feel if the sexual side was added to it, that it wouldn't be as genuine. It would really take away.
You don't say.
Not just find somebody, but find somebody that you get the emotion from, that's doing it because they have that love, they want that kind of environment.
I'm gonna spoil this for you, Stanley. No one's doing this because they want to feel like a mother to a 31-year-old man wearing 2 sets of adult diapers at all times because he pees so hard like a waterfall that it pierces the first one.
Hi, Stanley.
You're not gonna find a real love environment. You're gonna find paid actresses.
Yes.
Ooh. Ah, Avadne's got you now,
Most
Stanley.
women who provide
If she
this
beats you in this
service
race, you have to
charge
drop
by
this
the hour.
fetish.
But Stanley
It's an
is looking for
intervention.
someone who'll
I want somebody that wants to do it because they have the love to give, and not because they have to be paid to do it.
You're not gonna find that.
For a race?
You're not gonna find that.
Oh my.
That's like a fucking Twitch streamer refusing to pay the artist,
People like
paying them in exposure dollars.
all the way up.
You should do the art for me for the love of it.
Regression op.
Came the sun and
They're about to like summon Satan with this kind of shit for sure.
You're gonna eat it all.
Mother figure Harley Quinn is doing a great job keeping Stanley from pooping his diapers,
Be a flower for the.
but I feel her luck may run out soon. He's got those eyes like he's about to shit.
No.
Breastfeed me first.
No, you don't.
Stanley want tit milk, please.
What if I read you a really fun story first?
Fuck the story, unless the story involves a milk shower.
I'd sound like being tucked into bed.
Maybe a little over-the-diaper hand job. So they never covered where his financial situation comes from, because it seems like he's unemployed if he's able to spend 8 hours a day, morning to mid-afternoon, being full-blown baby cosplay and roleplay. How can he afford to live? Maybe he really does mine Bitcoin, I have no fucking idea. I'm sure you can't tell just by looking at me because I'm being very brave about it, but I am currently suffering from a severe itch in my mid-back. And it's in this unfortunate position where no matter how hard I try, I just can't quite get after it. I've been desperately trying to scratch it, and I know we're not animals, so we have tools, and I've been trying to utilize one of them, the longest object I have around me, but even then, this pin doesn't quite get to where I need it to, so I can't do it. If only there was some drunk 56-year-old woman that could hit me with her car while I'm walking down the sidewalk. Then maybe I'd stop thinking about this fucking itch. And luckily, I know just the woman for the job.
This lady's crazy.
It's a terrifying video. A youngster riding his dirt bike apparently targeted by a driver.
Oh my God.
The woman behind the wheel seems determined to run him over.
Oh my God.
I was scared for my son's life.
That's certified Dukes of Hazzard type shit right there. That lady's been playing a little too much GTA Online. So this is a 56-year-old woman who was hitting the sauce a bit hard. She was reportedly intoxicated at the time of this encounter and says she doesn't even remember doing this, where she literally fucking pulled that shit around, driving on the sidewalk, looking to just splatter this kid like it's Halo 3. Just, she's dropping that lead foot, she's going pedal to the metal, just trying to run this kid over, all because, who knows? No one has any fucking clue because there wasn't like an argument or anything. It's not like this kid fucking, canned off of her vehicle there or anything or gave her the finger or anything. There was nothing that led up to this. He was just minding his own business, practicing some tricks, and she snapped. She lost it, went just fucking ballistic here and decided to go on like a murderous rampage, just driving up on the sidewalk, running him down.
Jennifer Taylor is the boy's mom. She says 13-year-old Bryson was riding his dirt bike with friends in their suburban neighborhood outside Spokane, Washington, when a lady driving by lost it.
She just spotted him and she was his next target and turned the wheel and came after him. There was no words exchanged. Nothing was done.
Do you have any idea what her motivation might have been?
The police said that she was intoxicated and that just prior to all of this, she had tried to break into a home. And apparently after all of this, she went back to that home and broke in again. And that's where they found her.
What an interesting afternoon she had there, huh? Hit the brewskis a little hard, a little butt chugging to the natty lights. Next thing you know, you're trying to break into a house, then trying to run some child over in your vehicle, then you're going back to that house trying to break in again, and they throw you in cuffs. That's a full day right there. What an adventure. Also, in all of the coverage I've seen of this, every video has a title like this where it's video allegedly shows woman driving up on sidewalk trying to hit a child with her car, or this Inside Edition title, video appears to show this woman trying to run a child over with her car on the sidewalk. Like, I understand, like, they're just covering their own ass legally, but what do you mean it appears to show that? That's what happened. Like, there's no wiggle room that this is just like some baseless allegation. You can watch it unfold. It's not AI. They arrested the woman. She even admitted to the drinking and driving, being intoxicated behind the wheel, and says that her memory's a little foggy on that whole trying to run over a child on his dirt bike thing. She probably views that as a bunch of hoopla because she can't remember it. Like, oh no, I may have been drinking and driving, but no, that's very unlike me. I would never do something like that. And since I don't remember it, you can't punish me for it. Checkmate.
According to the police report, she denied drinking alcohol or consuming any drugs, but then changed her story and admitted to drinking alcohol. While trying to put her in the back of a patrol car, she resisted and even tried to kick a deputy. The woman has been charged with criminal trespass, DUI, and assault. She lives in the neighborhood where today lots of people want her punished severely.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable to me. She should be punished severely. She tried to use her car like a fucking torpedo. She was a heat-seeking missile trying to hunt down a child on his dirt bike for no reason. Not that there'd ever be a reason for it. Like, even if the kid did just start shooting spitballs at her car windshield or something, that still wouldn't be an excuse or anything. But this was literally just completely unprovoked across the board. It was a kid just riding his dirt bike in her neighborhood, and she lost her mind. She's off her gourd. She should absolutely be punished severely. I don't know why they just already released her back out there in the middle of all this. She's a danger. She is a menace. So yeah, the neighbors are absolutely right to be fearful of her and demanding that there should be severe consequences for what she did here. This isn't some innocent whoops-a-daisy moment here. Oh, come on, guys. Who gave Ruth access to the Tito's? You know what happens when she drinks. She can't help but get in her vehicle and try and run over children. Ah, God. She's so quirky, oh boy. And I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of the rest of her shenanigans from that afternoon of trying to break into homes twice. Like, Jiminy Christmas, she sounds like a loose cannon. So apparently, she was telling deputies that she had taken her dog for a ride and was looking for other dogs to socialize with, and said she stopped after noticing dogs in a fenced yard and denied knowing the homeowner or attempting to enter the home. And then also told the deputies she didn't remember the earlier incident of trying to run over that child on the dirt bike. She also initially denied consuming drugs or alcohol, but then later sang a different tune. So her explanation is, no, you see, I was taking my dog for a ride. We were, cruising around looking for other pooches to socialize my pup with. And I saw some dogs in a fenced-in yard, so I had to stop. That's normal behavior, right? That totally makes sense for what I'm doing out here, and this supposed possible burglaries, just a misunderstanding. So she was booked on charges of first-degree attempted assault, DUI, first-degree criminal trespass, and then at her court appearance the next day, the Superior Court Commissioner of Spokane County ordered her release on her own recognizance, and she was released without posting bond. I just don't understand why this is so commonplace. I really don't. She is dangerous. She attempted to run over a child while blackout drunk behind the wheel of her vehicle. What the fuck?
Horrifying. She's clearly using her vehicle to attack a child, goes this social media comment. Unbelievable. She tried to assault a child with a vehicle, goes another. You saw that video.
Yeah.
It's frightening.
Very frightening.
She could have run him over. She could have killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think she should be right now?
I think she should be in jail, off the streets, not able to hurt anyone else.
Oh my God!
I agree with that sentiment 100%. She should be in the slammer. I don't think this is being taken seriously enough. Like, even the people that are commenting saying that she was attempting to assault the child with her vehicle, I would go a step further. I think this is just blatant attempted murder. Going out of her way, driving down the sidewalk, chasing this child in her car, just going, like, barreling down the sidewalk to try and run this kid over. That, to me, feels like she is trying to kill this kid. And again, it is entirely random. Comes out of nowhere. There was nothing that led up to it. She just snapped because she's drunk and lost her fucking mind, I guess. She is not safe to be around in any capacity whatsoever. Anyway, I saw this, had to yap about it, fucking crazy stuff. The woman hasn't been, like, identified or anything, but she is a 56-year-old woman who apparently even just lives in that area and just decided randomly, I'm gonna try and hit this child with my car. And thus she did. Come hell or high water, she was going to try and accomplish that task. Luckily, she was unsuccessful. Luckily, the kid was okay. But yeah, I do think she should be in jail right now, not back out there on the streets. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. And one. It's a foul all day, baby. Now what? Coward? Got you to bite on that fraudulent Hezzy Jimbo. Now I'm going to the line for free throws while you go to the bench to nurse those bum ankles, weenie. Point is, I hate Pokemon scalpers. I think most of you know that by now. I've made who knows how many videos shooting spitballs at these pathetic, loveless worms. I can't resist the urge to hawk loogies on this community, and today I was blessed with yet another display of degeneracy from these absolute low amoebas that just cannot stop trying to exploit a children's hobby for teensy tiny financial gain. It is shameful.
Well, Fed's doing nothing, bro. Fed's doing nothing. Should we go in? Fuck it.
It's an actual thoughtless horde of zombies. So Sports Direct was having some ETBs available for the new Pokemon set Ascended Heroes, and this crowd couldn't wait. They literally broke through the barricade there. They broke through the gate in order to get in there and get their grubby little paws on some Pokemon product. Now, I did see a lot of people criticizing Sports Direct, saying that they should have had buy limits of like 1 or 2 per person. From all the evidence I can see, they did. I've seen 3 examples of people that were here and walked away. And all 3 examples, they only had 2 ETBs each. So I think they actually did have buy limits, but just so many people are like moths to a flame that when they see Pokemon, they just throw out every other fucking thing in their brain. Like every other neuron shuts down and only activates to go there and beat down the walls until they can get some Pokemon product. So even though there were buy limits of only 2, that was enough to have people this ballistic over it so they could turn around and sell it on Facebook Marketplace for an additional like $5 a profit. It really is just that out of control that people will react like this to Pokemon even knowing that they can only get 2. These are not collectors, these are scalpers, and that is still to them worthwhile to go in there and just break shit, cause a ruckus, cause a mess just to get some precious treasure, some Pokemon ETBs in their mitts. It's craziness, actual fucking craziness. And you're crazy if you don't go check out the new Starforge Freerun collab. Best PCs in the universe, and they just got a little better with the Freerun collab that we're doing right now, so you can check that out in the link in the description.
Fucking, this is wild, bro. I'm recording the whole thing. This is wild, mate. Look at this shit. What the fuck, mate? I ain't even trying to get no Pokemon, man. This is just wild, mate. They broke open the shoes everywhere, man.
That weak-ass little jog that a few of them are doing are probably the most movement they've experienced since fucking high school PE class. So now they're all kind of jogging to get in line as quickly as possible so they can get the Ascended Heroes ATBs. Wee whoopee! And they can't even just have the decency to not just destroy things along the way. So I guess they were bumping and grinding on each other and their grease causing so much friction that I guess they fucking spun out like it was Mario Kart when you hit a banana peel and they started knocking shoes off the shelf, all on their warpath to get in line for Pokemon. These fucking worms just can't even be somewhat organized and not cause a mess wherever they go. They already broke down the fucking doors just to get in here, and they still had to go a step further and just start knocking shit over too. It's just so cringe.
This is insane. Bro, this is wild, bro. Come, bro, get in this way, get in this way.
Oh, no more. There's no more.
Get in here. I'm with you. Insane.
It is insane. By the literal definition, this is an actual fucking mental disorder that we're witnessing here. There's also some people that are trying to pretend that they were collectors. Some of the people that showed up in this video after they got clowned on are saying, no, I was there because I'm a Pokemon collector. Baloney! That's fucking barnacles. No, you are not. I am confident there's not a single legitimate collector here. It's all of these hype goblins that are constantly scrapping over crumbs from the Pokemon hysteria, trying to get a little cheese by flipping these for a small markup on the secondary market. It's what all of them are doing. But now, since everybody in the world is aware of this behavior, everybody hates scalpers. So now they're trying to be like, no, I was surrounded by scalpers, but trust me, I'm actually a collector. They don't want to be identified as a scalper here, so now they're like, no, I was a collector in the middle of this madness. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's despicable to the hobby. But they're actually just there so they can try and turn a profit off of the product too. No actual collector is going to be engaging in this way with the hobby, or at least very few of them would. The only people doing this are the scalpers that are ruining the entire hobby across all TCGs right now.
Nothing. What are you doing? Oh! Big ball show!
Just look at the way these worms flex. So they filled up a U-Haul truck with Ascended mini tins. That's what's being thrown on there, the golden shower of mini tins. And Nikocado Avocado there, the protagonist, I guess, of Trader's Shop, is over there opening some packs, not getting any hits, and then he dives into the back of more, all while normal people and children, mainly, cannot get their hands on this product. Ordinary families that want to engage with this hobby, Pokemon cards, don't really have any way of doing it without going through scumbags like this because they are squatting on the entire inventory. So what Trader's Shop here is doing is they have this massive amount of product and they're opening it to sell on their streams. And naturally, these sales are often higher than the MSRP that you would have paid had you been able to get it in an official capacity through like Target or Walmart or your local card shop. But because these fucking losers swoop in here and buy up everything they can get their fucking hands on, people then go to the secondary market like this and end up paying more than the MSRP on the product because, well, the scalpers gotta make their cheddar on it, and it's actual tiddlywinks of cheddar, mind you. Like, it's a couple extra bucks. But that sucks for normal people who don't engage with the secondary market. Like I said, kids. Kids aren't going to be going around on Whatnot and TikTok shop and going to Trader's Shop to spend their parents' money, use their credit card to buy that product. At least, I hope they don't. They shouldn't. But what kids would do is while out shopping with their parents at like a Target or Walmart, they might go over to the card section and see Pokemon product and ask their parents if they could get some. That's how it used to be. That's how it was supposed to be. But now, because of this craze here, that doesn't happen anymore. It is entirely just these fucking greasy assholes that have taken all of it and are now hawking it on the secondary market over MSRP. So if a family wants to get their children some of this product, they have to go through them to do it, and they spend more on it. It's tragic. And people like Trader's Shop here are unapologetically just showcasing this gluttony as if it's something cool or something to be proud of. It seems like Trader's Shop is always live, so I went to one of their streams for a little bit. It sucked major ass, but the most egregious example of their greed is their just general pricing throughout the shop. Just scrolling around any of it, everything they have is extremely high. So like an Ascended Heroes booster pack from them is 15 clams, which when you compare it to listings from hundreds of card shops across the country, the average seems to be about $11 per booster pack on Ascended Heroes. But if you look at their Perfect Order booster box price, $320 for a Perfect Order booster box. If you look around any actual reputable card shop across the country going through like TCG Player or anywhere else, you can find them for $205. In fact, the highest I really see them go is $220. Yet, through Trader's Shop, you're paying $320? Am I understanding that correctly? Holy shit, their greed is even more despicable than most other scalpers I see. And yet they still have the gall to make one of those videos when you get no hits out of your Ascended packs with a fucking U-Haul full of Ascended Heroes mini tins. Holy shit. This is gross. Anyway, I hate this garbage. Wanted to yap about it. That's about it. See ya. Hola, mi nombre es Carlos y he estado practicando español. Yep, that's about where that stops. I've recently been practicing Spanish again. I previously studied Spanish for like 8 years, 8 años, when I was in school, escuela. And I haven't dusted off that knowledge in well over a decade, and I've recently just had the urge to go back and study it, so that way I can hopefully become fluent in Spanish at some point. Ever since Chinese Charles kind of took over on Bilibili, I've really liked the idea of being able to speak more than one language again. Chinese Charles really kind of opened my third eye and enlightened me on the fun of being able to speak multiple languages, but I have no knowledge on Chinese, but I do on Spanish, so I figured that was the one that made the most sense for me right now. So, you know, I don't need the Rosetta Stone or anything. I'll just chip away at it, and hopefully we'll see how my Spanish is looking like a year from now. But anyway, that has nothing to do with today's video. I just thought maybe you'd find that cool. Today's video is actually about a wacky woman getting a little bonkers in an Uber.
He's videoing me now.
Yeah, for my safety.
If you feel endangered, I would refer you to call the police.
Now, I don't know who she has on the phone there. Maybe it's fucking Miss Frizzle about to scoot in with the magic school bus. I couldn't tell you. But what I can tell you is that if you feel in danger, maybe the first thing you should do is get out of the car. So this whole thing has apparently started because she feels unsafe in this Uber. Yet she refuses to leave the Uber. And now she's making calls in the back seat there like it's fucking Deal or No Deal. Just get out of the car. Why would you not remove yourself from the situation you feel unsafe in? You are just keeping yourself planted there. And this guy wants her to get out of the vehicle. He has now started filming for his own safety, which I think is a very smart call from him, because if she starts to try and spin some fib that he was like, you know, scary, mean, angry, you know, threatening her or something, he now has this very clear evidence that he was just sitting there and doing nothing threatening, and that he was actually the one that felt unsafe around her with her fucking lunacy.
So what do you provide as a safety line?
She says she feels unsafe. I'm sitting here, obviously, have my seatbelt on. Nothing's going on. She's sitting back there. She refuses to get out of my vehicle. So I'm recording for my safety.
Is there any store or is there anything in the area that you're in that you can go in and wait for your next Uber driver?
As you can see, there's the businesses right in front of us. You see the businesses.
Exactly. They're not in the fucking back rooms here. They're not in the middle of nowhere. As he just showed you, there's a business right in front of them. She could easily just get out of the vehicle and wait there for the next Uber if she's unsatisfied with this one and feeling unsafe. Why is she just waiting in the vehicle if she feels so unsafe? This is the classic fucking Watchmen moment of, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. I feel terrible for the Uber driver. Dude just has to sit here and just stew in this weirdo atmosphere she is creating over nothing. Now, to me, and this is just my little tinfoil hat game theory here, my little conspiracy I've cooked up, I feel like this is probably a scheme that she pulls from time to time to avoid paying for an Uber. I feel like she's probably doing this to try and get like a refund through the service. Like, I felt so unsafe. This is unacceptable. I need a refund. Look at this, like, horrible experience I went through. It was traumatic. I couldn't leave the Uber. I was trapped. I was a prisoner in the Uber. I need my money back. That's what I think it is.
She says she don't feel safe, but she refuses to get out. She can go right to the business over there. There's chairs. She can sit there with her things and wait for her next Uber.
She's gonna drive off with my packages. I mean, this is like, I've never had this before. I'm pretty surprised that you're not able to provide more assistance other than call the police.
So her concern is that when she gets out of the vehicle, he's going to drive off with her packages. Why would he do that? Like, I don't even know why that would be a thought that would cross his mind, that he would drive off with your packages. He just wants you the fuck out of there. I would guess that he would do anything to get you out of that car. He looks miserable in there. This lady's like a Dementor, sucking all of the joy and fun out of life everywhere she goes, it looks like. And I don't know who she's on the phone with. Like, why are you surprised that they can't do more than just refer you to, like, calling 911 if it's an actual emergency? What is she supposed to do? Get the Navy SEALs over there? I'm so curious who she's talking to on the phone there. Like, maybe she got Zordon on the horn and she's hoping that he'll dispatch the Power Rangers over there to save her packages and let her get out of the back seat. Just get out of the fucking car. Anyone would tell you the same. Like, if you feel unsafe, just get out of the vehicle. And if he's trapping you there, call 911. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I have an expensive package in the trunk. If I get out, what if he drives off with it?
Now she's saying I might drive off with her things when I can clearly just take them out
If he's
and place them over the
to
side.
get out of his car and he's on the phone with the authorities, you could get your package and wait for your next Uber.
But how do I get the package?
You get out of the car, bozo. That's how you get your package. Oh my god, what an infuriating person. He is even saying he can just take her packages and put them over there. Take Bikini Bottom and move it over there. He is telling you he will do that. Just say, okay, let's do it.
I need him to open the trunk.
Open the trunk.
Okay.
You can ask him to open the trunk.
Well, I'll do that right now. Whatever gets you out of here, I don't care. I'll open it, you get your package, whatever you need to do. I'm going to get her package out of the back because she's scared I'm going to take her package. Her package is out, her package is right there. I'm right here. I'm getting back into my vehicle.
Once he heard a possible solution to get her the fuck out of that car, he sprung into action. He recognized this was a stalemate on the chessboard, but then heard her talk about this package and was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it myself because she's not leaving, so I'll get the package. He gets it, he sets it on the ground, then the ball is in her court. The rest is in God's hands there. He set the package down, and it's like placing a nut like in the grass or something to like lure a squirrel out to go somewhere. So he's hoping that that'll be enough to get her to finally open that car door and just leave. And thankfully, it was. We got the good ending here. She finally got out of the car. What a baffling interaction. So, she felt unsafe in the Uber. And instead of leaving or anything to try and remedy that situation that she's cooked up in her head, she stays in the Uber. What sense does that make? How do people go about their lives like this? It is incomprehensible to me. Anyway, I just had the app about it. What a weirdo. That's about it. See ya. I feel like a lot of people didn't even know, but a new Star Wars movie just came out today. First one to hit the big screen in, I think it's 7 years since the last one. I can't fully recall, but it's been a while. And it's Mandalorian and Grogu. Feel like there wasn't a ton of hype around it. I haven't seen a whole lot of buzz or a lot of people, biting at their nails, scratching at their neck, waiting to get their fix of Star Wars in the cinema, which if you had told me even just a decade ago that would ever be the case, I'd call you crazy, spit in your mouth, and then slap your bottom and tell you, you filthy animal, get out of here. You're crazy. But here we are. A lot of people are really tuned out of Star Wars, myself included. The Mandalorian, I never even finished season 3. I just slowly lost interest in it and never finished the series. Andor, I can't stop glazing. I'm constantly just fucking gobbling the goodness that Andor has served up and preaching the gospel. But Star Wars just hasn't had a whole lot of oomph to it in a while. So I guess Mandalorian and Grogu has just been one of those things where people just didn't even really keep tabs on it. I guess we'll see how it performs in the box office, though. Anyway, I just saw it, and it's alright. I didn't dislike it as much as a lot of other people seem to. It is truly a simple adventure that you can't think hard about, because if you do, a lot of it falls apart. And really the biggest thing about it is, it doesn't feel like I watched the movie. It feels like I watched maybe 4 episodes of a Mandalorian season that were squashed together without being broken up over the course of 4 weeks. Like, I just don't feel like this justified its existence as a movie. It feels like a tiny little arc that would have unfolded episodically. So, take for that what you will. Maybe that's exactly what you want. But for me, I would want, like, something that feels like a spectacle. Something that feels like it justifies its existence in this medium, as opposed to just being part of the TV show. And maybe that was, like, a strategic decision because they knew there'd be a lot more like hype around it as opposed to just being like part of season 4 of The Mandalorian or something. I don't really know. But it really does feel that way, where it's just a handful of episodes. Now, something I want to make a mention of, I saw this film in something called Screen X, which I'd never heard of in my life, but it was just the most convenient time for the film, and it happened to be Screen X. It was fucking expensive. Holy Toledo. Movie tickets are already pricey, but seeing it in Screen X, wow. And the experience was cool, I guess. So what it was you have like a big screen, normal big theater screen, but the walls outside of the theater screen, like around the auditorium, are also a screen too. So it's supposed to be more immersive. So what you're seeing on screen also expands out onto the sides, but in a way where it feels like in VR, right? Where like in VR, out of your peripheral vision, you can see more of the scene playing out in front of you. That's what it was like in Screen X, where like there was more happening on the sides. Nothing important, obviously. All of that's still on the main screen. But like you could see, more of the landscape, more of like the characters idly on the side, like doing stuff or working. It was interesting. Would I ever pay that much again to go see something in Screen X? Probably not. But I do think it was a pretty, fun novelty, I suppose. It did help elevate a couple of things. Anyway, though, let's dive into a bit of this spaghetti and meatballs here. There's going to be spoilers. Spoiler warning. The Mandalorian and Grogu follows an adventure where Mandalorian is just a fucking one-man army, and he's taking scalp, and he's working with the good guys now. Sigourney Weaver's in here, but I don't even know if she knew she was in the movie. It really feels like she didn't try at all, especially at the end where she's like the hero saving the day. She delivers her lines like she's falling asleep and is actually annoyed to even be a part of the production. I don't know why they wouldn't just ask her to like maybe put a little more gusto in there, but it seemed like she didn't want to be there at all. Everyone else seemed to be having a good time and like trying, but for some reason, she seemed miserable. I just wanted to make a mention of that. But anyway, Mando's now working with the good guys, of course. Him and Grogu are a tag team. They also have their pilot, their right-hand man, and they go out there and beat the bad guys. They're shooting and shitting, and, it's fun, actually. I like the action. There's a lot of action here, and it's good. They get a new mission. They got a new target. They've got something that they have to do with the twins, the Hutts. They are big crime syndicate. They contact the good guys, and in exchange for some information on a big ex-Imperial figure, they agree to have Mando temporarily work with them, the Hutts, to get Rada the Hutt, their nephew, the twins' nephew. So that leads us to the meat and potatoes of this, where he goes to this new world and finds Rada the Hutt, and he's yoked. This guy's fucking juiced to the gills, and he's fighting in the pits, and Mando has to try and rescue him, but he doesn't want to be rescued. Turns out he doesn't want to be anything like his father. The fact that he reminds you of fucking 4 times throughout the film, he's like, I don't want to be like Dad. I know I'm the son of Jabba the Hutt, but I hate that. And I hate him, and I'm not like him. I like when they cheer for me. Did you know they cheer for me? I like when they cheer for me. I like when they cheer for me, Mando. So no, I don't need rescuing. Ultimately, he needs rescuing. He is under contract with the target that the Hutts were going to tell the good guys about, but Mando ends up getting that information anyway. So then he gets the target, brings him back, and this ends up with the Hutts believing they've been betrayed by him. So then they hunt down Mando, getting a bounty hunter on his ass who outplays him, fucking checkmates him, separates him from Grogu, also captures Rada the Hutt. He is being tortured. And I'm sure I don't need to recap everything that happens. You could probably piece together the breadcrumbs here on where it goes. There's no big surprises here or anything. Now, the thing is, when you start actually thinking about what's unfolding, it's pretty fucking nonsensical. Also, Mando gets knocked out. He goes unconscious, I think 5 times. Unironically, I think it's 5 times. Once with gas, when he was trying to save Rada, and Rada's like, I don't want to be saved, you're not listening. So then gas comes out, knocks him out. Once when he gets electrocuted by the bounty hunter the first time outside of his house after he has Grogu, as well as some Babu Fink characters. I don't know what those aliens are called, but they're basically this movie's equivalent to the fucking Minions. They just have high pitched voices going we gotta go this way, then we go that way, that kind of stuff. So he got knocked out there when the bounty hunter got him there. He then woke up on the ship to have a couple of words with the bounty hunter, got knocked out again, and then he got knocked out one more time after being poisoned by the creature under the Hutt's lair when they captured him. But I also think there was one more that I'm forgetting. So he spends a good chunk of this movie unconscious, which is, makes me question, is he really the most elite bounty hunter there is? You know what I mean? He keeps falling for it over and over again. It's they keep getting him with the pull my finger gag. Also, I just looked it up. Babu Frick. They're Anzellans or something like that. Sorry I butchered the name, but it's hard to remember every new glup shitto that's been hitting the Disney Star Wars circuit. But yeah, they get into the mega mix here because he was, consulting them, commissioning them to fix a ship. Anyway, not important. Point is, when you start actually looking at the scenes and thinking about them, it completely falls apart. For example, Grogu has the Force. And there are so many times where him using the Force would have been unbelievably helpful. But he just doesn't. He uses it to get some food sometimes. And then at the end of the movie, he gets it to pick up Rada at a very important moment. So that was a good time to use the Force. But you also then have to ask yourself, well, why didn't he do that numerous other times when it really would have fucking put the kibosh on some problems they were experiencing? Another thing, the twins, the Hutts, they're fucking idiots. And they're not meant to be idiots. They're supposed to be scary, intimidating bad guys. But when they have the Mandalorian, when they have Mando captured, they drop him into this pit with a bunch of Aqua Soldier aliens. One thing I will be giving a big compliment to though is the amount of aliens you see. I think that's really hype. I always like seeing Star Wars when it's just throwing a bunch of cool new aliens at you, or like bringing aliens from way back in the day into the fold again. I think that's cool. It reminds you that it's more than just the same shit we've seen a million times. I like that. So that's actually a compliment I give it. Like these alien swimming guys that have spears, that was cool. Like they're space Atlanteans or whatever. Mando starts disposing of them. Then there's a giant dragon that pops out, this huge Leviathan sea snake. And for some reason, the Hutts let Mando keep all of his armor on. Basically impervious armor. They let him keep that for some reason. I don't know why they're letting him stay with his full fucking loadout. They take his helmet off, which is, of course, a big no-no. That's a disgrace to Mandalorians. And then when he's dropped in the pit, he doesn't have his helmet. But then they give him his helmet. They just say, here's your reward because you entertained us. You made us go haha. So they drop his helmet in there, which obviously gives him the edge. It helps get him back on his feet and be able to fight this monster. Why did they do that? They even made a point of saying how priceless that helmet is on the black market, and presumably his armor too. Why let him keep that? Why keep doing that? And it's not like they're honorable or something. Like that's never been something expressed. Like it just made no sense. The reason is because this is the Mandalorian. He's gotta have his armor. He's gotta have his helmet. So they just lazily have them do that inexplicably. And then Grogu and the Anzellans, they somehow were able to find Mando at the twins' lair. Convenient that they found him there, and then they blew up the pipe there, so that way Mando could escape. But he did get hit by the Leviathan, which poisoned him, which was killing him. And then he passes out, and Grogu then goes on his own solo adventure, where now he has to fend for himself without Mando being there, which was kind of cool to see. And another thing I really like is the puppetry. I like that it's not just CGI. I said that from the very beginning with Baby Yoda. I think that's very cool. And they do have that as well with the mechanics, the Anzellans that travel with them and became a pretty important piece of this film. They look cool. Now, when Grogu's doing his own thing, he closes up Mando's wound with the Force, which I didn't finish season 3. I don't know when Grogu got Force healing. Maybe it was in seasons 1 and 2 and I forgot at some point. I really don't know, but it doesn't instantly save him. It doesn't just revive him, give him the fucking chug jug or anything, which is good. But how he does revive him is in this desolate area, devoid of life. He happens across an alien catfish guy who's fishing, and so Grogu starts stealing his fish, and then the catfish guy decides to, for some reason, like, put his ass on the line protecting the little guy. So the bounty hunter ends up at this guy's house asking about the Mandalorian and exposition dropping, just fucking lore dumping everything about what's been going on. So now this catfish alien has the whole scoop, and he's like, so he got bit by that Leviathan dragon snake thing, yeah? That's poison, he's probably going to die from it, but here, I'm going to whip him up the antidote real quick. Now, you give him this, it might be too late, but we gotta try, right? So this guy, in the middle of nowhere, just happens to also have the antidote and all of the supplies needed to make it on hand, gives it to Grogu. Again, a creature he has no knowledge of at all, no reason to help or anything, and then he goes and gives it to Mando, which saves him. Like, there's plenty of things like that, where it's just so extraordinarily convenient and nonsensical how we're going from point A to point B, which I can suspend disbelief on, because this really feels like a film that was just meant to be, like, fun and nothing else. And I think if that's the goal, it did succeed. I was entertained. But there's nothing about this film that convinced me it's more than just a few episodes stitched together. I don't know. I didn't hate it. It was fine if you're willing to just go in there and not think and just have some fun watching Mando and Grogu and a couple of pals beat up some aliens, beat up some bad guys, shoot some guys, and that's really it. But I imagine a lot of people, especially like with the current state of Star Wars, were probably hoping for something with a bit more substance, because it has fallen out of like the cultural impact again, this is a new Star Wars film that I think a lot of people didn't even know was on the horizon. So I don't think Mando and Grogu is the one to really like bust it wide open again, like Star Wars is back, baby, or anything like that. That to me was Andor. Andor, I think, is the best Star Wars thing we've gotten in a long, 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 long time. It is an incredible show. This is just fine if you've got a couple hours, you don't mind, sitting there and watching some action and eating popcorn and going into a bit of autopilot mode for it. That's really about it. So yeah. Haunting Adeline. I finished this like a week ago. Matt's just been too busy to talk about some good old-fashioned smut with his best friend Charles, so I've just been sitting on absolute gold in my head with this book here.
It's been a little while for me, so you're going to be saying things and I'm going to be remembering it. And for clarity, we still talk about smut a lot, just not this one.
Yeah, because this isn't really like smut. This is just like reading crimes. It's like the woman who wrote this should be ashamed.
Which I guess we're just jumping right in. Yeah. The ending really, I don't want to say it's a twist, but it changes drastically.
Yeah, I guess let's not spoil the ending yet. Okay. So in our last video, we were at the halfway point. I think we got to like 300 or something. Yep. I can't quite recall where we left off in the last one. But from there, it just spirals so out of control into almost nothing but nonstop rape. Like there is nothing...
Legitimately.
Yeah.
It's, the Willy Wonka boat ride? When the colors and pictures are flashing and it's getting faster and faster and faster. That's how not sex scenes, the rape scenes are in this book, where it's like, here's one, there's some pages, here's one, and then it's just like over and over and over.
Yeah, and like, this is what you mentioned last time. So her best friend Daya, she's like, she knows about the stalker and everything and thinks it's like a horrible thing. And then when she finally confesses that she got like raped, she's like, you fucked him, didn't you? She snarls at me, spill, slut. It's crazy. Yeah. So it's like, that goes on for a while. Like, now Daya's coming to terms with it. And someone summed it up best in a comment I saw, where this book is basically just Stockholm Syndrome from the perspective of the victim and the perpetrator. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Because eventually, Zayd rapes her enough that she falls in love with him.
Right. She falls in love with him. She realizes her grandma or nana or whatever, great-grandma, fell in love with her stalker. Like, yeah, it's really weird. And the Daya thing really bothered me. Yeah. Because this is the one person who learns that she is being stalked and harassed and raped. And she's like, oh, juicy gossip. Like, that is it. There is no, like, are you okay? I think she, like, hands her a shot of liquor and is like, tell me about it. Like, how was his dick?
Like, what did that meat look like? Yeah. Oh, and it's the way the author describes the encounters is fucking nauseating. Zayd, he whispers against my lips. This is when he's revealing his name. That's the only name that will ever leave your lips from now on, especially when you're making that little pussy feel good. And when I'm making that pussy feel good, then you can call me God.
That's the one I told you I was going to tell you made me almost puke.
Yeah. And then he pulls out his wiener and says, you think you can handle this? He continues to pump his cock, and when I realize that he's jacking off on my face, I struggle. Oh.
It's crazy. Oh. We didn't talk about the House of Mirrors last time, did we?
No, we didn't get to the House of Mirrors.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just holding a credit card on camera. Check that out, please. But they go to this circus. It's like a dark horror circus thing.
It's a like Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, exactly. Really weird subplot in that one with the little girl, by the way. Yeah. Or little girl, she's like 20, just a serial killer.
Yeah, there's just a serial killer like that just kills people in the house.
Yep.
And Zayd has a standoff with her where she's like, yeah, you're pretty good, but I've killed 10,000 rapists.
Truly, like he's not exaggerating. And they kill these men and the cops come and the girl gets blamed for it, so Zayd's fine to go free, but what's her name? Adeline. Addie goes into the House of Mirrors. Shocker, Zayd follows her, and just graphic rape sex scene happening in here. And then it goes to her walking out to find Daya by her car. And she reveals she was in there for over 2 hours.
Yeah, just getting fucking blasted in a public house of mirrors, not shut down
It's
at all.
closed. Yeah, like... It wasn't closed when she went in, but now the park has closed. Yep. People are gone, and Daya's just sitting by the car like, you slut, like, what did you do? And it's like, you didn't think...
You just got raped in there, didn't you, slut?
Like, you didn't
it's crazy.
call the cops? You didn't look for her?
Yeah, she if I remember right, she like had an inkling of a suspicion like, oh, you just did something naughty with your stalker over there, didn't you? He just did something to you, didn't he?
It's so... And, like, the writer very clearly... softens toward, like, they're trying to make you also like Zayd because he's protecting her and doing all this stuff to help her, but it doesn't really look like they want you to forget about the other stuff. It's weird. Yeah, it's very weird. Now, an important thing they introduced in the second half of the book is a character named Mark, who's like a prolific, he's a politician, right? He's a politician who's part of this pedophile ring, which is doing rituals, which Zayd has been hunting down since the start of the book. Where He's
they're
like in his 70s, I think.
So they like sacrifice children and drink their blood and wear their blood as part of like a ritualistic practice that Zayd become aware of. So Zayd wants to get in close to Mark in that organization. So he starts pretending to be a pedophile, and so now he's befriending Mark.
And then it stopped being pretend.
Well,
okay, Zayd's a good guy outside of the rape and stalking, okay? He would never sink to that level.
And then, so he's like befriending Mark as Zach, and he takes him to lunch, and then Mark sees Adeline, and this is where Adeline like gets in the crosshairs of like the most dangerous people ever. So Zayd needs to be like really protective. So now Mark is like fixated on getting Adeline, which is why at the fair he gets blasted by Zayd after like the serial killer girl like tries to kill him too. It was weird. But Mark is this new character that gets introduced, and he's just like some old pedophile guy. And now while Zayd is pretending to be a pedophile to be in close with him, he gets invited to Mark's party with Adeline. And at this party full of nothing but pedophiles, Zayd takes Adeline into Mark's movie theater and rapes her at this party of pedophiles.
Oh, it gets him going, you know?
Yeah, it's as he's in deep cover, he takes Adeline in, and while watching a movie, just assaults her. And then I hate the way that she describes scenes, but the big thing in this scene is that Adeline must watch the movie while Zayd has his way with her. So anytime Adeline's eyes are off the movie, Zayd fucking slaps her like, put your eyes back on the film, bitch. It's so awful.
What was the movie?
I don't know.
It was a horror movie.
Yeah, he said it was some crazy horror movie.
It'd be funny if it was like Master of Disguise.
Well, you have to watch this part with Dana Carvey doing this wacky accent.
He really wanted to punish her, so he put on Borderlands. You're gonna watch the whole thing.
Look at Jamie Lee Curtis's hunkers. If those eyes break contact with the milkers, I swear to God.
But it's also like there's so many things. Like I said, the House of Mirrors. She's gone for 2.5 hours. This one, they're in there forever, and he's like, we should probably get back to the party, kind of thing. And it's just like so much weird shit like that. And then I don't know if I'm jumping too far ahead for the next time he's at Mark's house, which is really when shit hits the fan. I should also say, this is when it starts feeling like the writer is making her seem slightly more consensual.
Yeah, so the thing is, what she does is she goes to Adeline's perspective about like, man, no one's ever fucked me like that. I'm starting to really like Zayd with those eyes and that
can't stop thinking
feral. I can't stop thinking about it, and I know it's wrong. I know what he did. It's so wrong, but I'm so ashamed. As I play with the clits and I reach the bud, all I can think of is Zayd. The amount of time she says the bud is crazy.
It is.
The sinful bud.
We talked about this last time too. The author thinks of a word, she's like, that's a good word, and then uses it exclusively for the next 3 chapters, and then thinks of a new word and is like, this is a better word. It's really, really poorly written.
Everything is so gross about the way she writes this kind of stuff. So, the only one who's truly in danger is me. No, I whisper. I tip her chin up, brushing my lips softly against hers. The sharp intake of breath has my cock straining against my slacks. If you were my little girl, I would worship every inch of your body for as long as our souls are tethered to this earth. My tongue would leave no part of you untouched. I nip at her lip, wringing a whimper. It's just so yucky. Just so gross. This is when they're in the movie theater, by the way, at the pedophile's house that he's supposed to be trying to bring down.
Yeah. And that's the part where he's doing his recon work.
Not
right?
really. So what he did is they're at this dinner.
Why were they there?
Well, he was there because he's trying to be their friend. And he's trying to like get Adeline off Mark's radar because now that Mark met Adeline, he was like blown away. So now he's going to kidnap and kill her. So he takes her to this party to try and like stop that from happening. But all he does is like mingle with pedophiles as like a friend. And then he goes and rapes Adeline in their movie theater. And this is what I was talking about, like with the slaps, where mid-stroke I withdraw my fingers and grab her face with my hands, tightly squeezing her jaw. She mules, crying from the loss and pain lancing through her face. I deliver one quick sharp slap to her pussy, enjoying her cries. He judo chops her pussy. Yeah.
Whenever you talk, whenever there's language like that, it makes me think of, I forget what property team it's from, but like licks his whole hand and just goes like, like wind up and everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you're Genghis Swan.
Yeah,
I'll peel back the curtain.
Yeah.
I think all smut has a level of cringe to it. When you're writing sex, it's always going to have some cringe to it. But this is just like fucking kicking it into 97th gear, and it's just like.
Oh yeah, Danny, you weren't here when we did the first one. One of the first scenes of rape is he literally rapes her with a gun. So he takes a gun out, puts it in her mouth, and then puts it in her pussy, jamming it around.
I mean, at the end of the day, maybe I'm going to get canceled for this, so I apologize. My thoughts are my own.
Oh god!
Like the author of this book is just a gooner.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
like it is just the ramblings of a gooner's fantasy. Like that's why
Once
it's so
again,
out.
If the author was a man,
he'd be jailed.
Yeah,
he'd be straight to jail.
He would be destroyed.
Go to jail. And I agree. I think this is also. I said this last time. If you are somebody with a CNC kink, a consensual non-consent, a rape fantasy. A book is one of the safest ways for you to enjoy your kink. I completely agree. I think with how popular this is, there's way too many people reading this that are probably disgusted by it. But I'm like...
I think you're wrong. I think there's a lot of people who are not disgusted by it. Like, I think the reason it's so... like it sells so well is because they're not disgusted by it.
Like, I feel like the whole thing with 50 Shades of Grey, I feel like that was I've never read it, never watched it. From what I've heard, I think that is consensual non-consent. Is that right? Have you guys watched it?
Nope.
I've watched all 3 movies. I never read the book, though.
Is it... It's like they have an arrangement, though, right? She's in on it.
She's 100% in on this relationship and everything that comes
I feel like it's more just from the outside looking in. It feels like more of a... like a power imbalance relationship over a full force, like absolute no control.
This is just straight up unadulterated rape. Like, there's no way around it. It just is.
There's also multiple times in here. I highlighted them somewhere, but I haven't found them yet. There's multiple times where like a character like Jay's like you hunt down these pedophiles and these rapists, but you're like literally stalking and raping a girl. And then Zayd's response is, yeah, but it's because I know she loves me. Yep. Like, I know deep down this is what she wants me to do.
Jay doesn't say it even how you just did, though. He's like, like, you rape her. And it's like, whoa. Why is everybody okay with it?
He does make it like a joke. But, like, there are times where the author calls it out, and then the response Zayd gives is, well, I know it's because she's going to love me deep down eventually. Yeah. Like, I know this is what she wants.
Yeah, he's psychotic.
Yeah.
And... we've kind of beat a dead horse here. Rape's bad. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy that it's in the book. They're also, going back to the writing style of how atrocious it is sometimes, there's the part where he walks into... it's at the fair. He walks into the room with all the dolls and stuff, and he's explaining it's like purple walls, and his line, and they're so much worse because it's the audiobook, and I'm like driving and thinking about crashing into trees. And he walks in and he's like, ugh, did Barney shit in here? And I'm just like, what? Like, that's your real thought of how to convey this is like,
That's like an
shit.
actual teenager is writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There were also
There's a lot of
a couple mentions of anime references.
There's a couple anime references.
Which means we're getting weeb gooner authors in real time. You're seeing it here.
Man, I highlighted so many things, but it is just kind of like regurgitating the same points. Every time I reached the point where it was talking about like their sex, I just started highlighting shit madly because it was so uncomfortable. I was like, this is gross.
I was on 1.5 speed for a lot of it, and still it wasn't fast enough for some of those scenes. There is, like we said, it picks up so much speed. The one towards the end outside of the house in the forest is multiple chapters. It's just 4 back-to-back sex scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, now they have a game. Now that she's in on it, he looks at her and it's like, run, and then fucking hunts her down, which if that's what turns you on is really fucking weird. I like when she screams and runs away from me. So she runs into the forest, he tackles her, they have sex. She runs back towards the house, slams her against a tree, has sex. She runs back towards the house. He throws her in his car, has sex. That's the whole thing.
That was like 2 chapters.
And no breaks. Just boom, boom, boom.
Also, to your point you mentioned earlier about how the author tries to make you like Zayd. Like, oh, he only like hurts bad people.
Yep.
And then, I guess, stalks Adeline and,
Just her.
and sexually assaults her. But then there's also multiple times where she does this. You want to know what I do? This is at the fair. Like, she challenges, like, because he's toying around, what if someone walks in? How'd that make you feel, Adeline, seeing your naked flesh on display? And then she's like, oh, so you'd be okay with other people seeing me naked? And he says, you know what I'd do? He questions. I would let them watch. I would let them watch me claim you as mine and own every inch of your body. They would watch my cock fill every one of your holes and then watch you cry because of how hard you came. And then I'd fucking kill them. My cock would still be wet from your cum as I'd slice their throats for even daring to look at what's mine. So like he's totally fine killing innocent people. These are people who
I just feel like I think the use of the word cock cock makes every sentence just disgusting.
Yeah,
like it just makes it crude and blunt and is just the worst word for that appendage I think possible.
it's not tasteful.
It's not sexy. It is just gross.
But this is what I'm saying. Like he's not a good guy. He openly talks about how he would just kill people whose whose crime is just going into the house of mirrors
all the time.
He made the mistake of coming in, so he slices their throat.
And that's my problem. This is a weird analogy. You remember, I'm sure in high school, this was big. There's a bird walking all over our screen. There was the whole thing where it's like people would write in the wrong tense. They'd write past tense and then present tense because they'd mess up some words.
Yeah,
that's how I
continuity
feel.
error.
Yeah, there's a lot of continuity errors in here where it's like, he's the best guy ever. Oh my God, he's doing this all for the... And then many times, he's just a horrible person.
Yeah, he's talking about like how he has no problem killing anyone that even so much as like looks in her direction.
Yeah. It is very odd. And like she tries to throw in some moments where like he's really sad about something that happens and she comforts him and he shivers like he's vulnerable. And then he's just an asshole again, like every single time. But then, we talked about this last time. So Danny, I don't know if we told you. The chapters either start the shadow, which is her, or the manipulator, which is him.
You got it backwards. He's the shadow.
Oh yeah, he's the shadow. She's the manipulator. He's the shadow because he kills people and puts bullets in their head and stalks people. She's the manipulator because when she goes on stage, she thinks she makes people listen to what she's saying. It's very different. But the shadow chapters are all...
It actually is outrageously stupid why she calls herself the manipulator, because she writes books, so she manipulates them into having feelings because they read her words or some shit.
It's very different, where then the shadow's like, I walked into a warehouse and put bullets in 40 guys' heads. And you're like, okay.
Oh god, yeah, I need to read you an action scene here in a moment, Danny. Holy fuck, the way she writes action is like how you would when you're in elementary school, doodling, you're like, and then he shoots 5 people.
Exactly.
His friend said he only had 30 seconds.
Bullet around the crate.
Yeah.
You only have 30 seconds. I only need 10.
Which is actually like a line in here.
It's so bad. But so the whole thing is leading to this crescendo of the whole time he's in Seattle to bring down this pedophile ring, which is Mark and other politicians and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. It goes as far as he goes back to Mark's house it's like an initiation dinner.
It's not Mark's house, so you're getting confused. He kills Mark at the fair.
Mark.
The house he goes to is the other guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Was it Jacob?
It's a younger guy.
Yeah, it's a younger guy, but he's like the Cream Supreme pedophile ritual guy, and he starts befriending him, like. So he's talking about like I need young girls. I need you to bring me little girls now, Jacob, to like get in his good graces. And Jacob's like, oh
yeah, like wait,
this guy means business. You like children too? You want to join club? So
he's a caveman.
I would have enjoyed the book better if it was caveman.
What the fuck is his name? I can't find it now.
But it culminates to him going to this guy's house while setting up an FBI raid and being super careful. Fake FBI. He has friends in the FBI, so he fakes the FBI raid. Instead of just bringing your friends in the FBI. Daniel.
So he's one of the
nervous back there.
he's the new big pedophile on the block now that Mark's dead. And he's becoming...
It's the rule of two.
Yeah, like I said. So now that Mark's passed, been murdered, Zach is now being like really tight with Daniel. So he's getting initiated. He convinces Daniel that he needs like all these little girls and stuff. And Daniel's like, all right, get the fuck in this fucking club. So now he's in like the ritual. He's putting on the garb. And
this is the end.
This is unless there's anything else you want to do. It's called the Eternal Rebirth.
It's... First, there was the one at Daniel's house.
Yeah, that was the normal dinner party where he had like a little girl put on his lap.
Yeah, they were going to serve the little girl, and then Zayd does the whole like...
Serve like with a suit?
I think they eat them too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a weird mix. They eat children and
they
pedophiles.
They consume them like their flesh or some shit.
They do, and they drink their blood and that kind of thing. But so Zayd is like... This is where he makes the FBI raid kind of thing, and he sets up a distraction and saves the little girl. And it's like, oh my god, he's a hero. But it's very, very interesting because he like has to pretend and put her on his lap, and that like the whole thing's wildly uncomfortable, especially to listen to a man reading it. I don't like that at all.
Sure is.
And like his voice is like, yeah, I'm Zayd. And he's like, so I put her on my lap, and I was like, whoa,
yeah,
I hate this.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, but now once again, this builds to the crescendo.
I guess before we get there,
oh god,
one thing that the author set up, which is totally fucking worthless, is that whole plot line with her great grandmother and her stalker.
Oh yeah. What happened with that?
So her mother anonymously sent her letters, which allowed Adeline and Daya to cross-reference and trace that her great-grandmother stalker that she fell in love with, which is supposed to be like the parallel to what she's going through with Zayd. The stalker was not the one that killed her. It was actually her husband, who found out about the affair and murdered her out of passion. And the mother knew, Nana, her grandmother, knew about it and covered it up. And so she lived at that house to punish herself, to always surround herself with bad memories.
That's right.
And Adeline's mother found out, which is why she hated her grandmother. And that's the whole thing. It adds fucking nothing.
Which you once again reminded me, we talked about this kind of thing in the first one too, where like, she adds a plot point and then it's gone forever.
Yeah, it's just useless.
There were real ghosts.
Oh yeah, there were real
beginning.
Ghosts for a while.
Like they would walk through and be like, I can see my breath and I have a chill and I see something run past me and do this and help me find something. And then ghosts aren't in there for the last 300 pages. They're just gone. Oh.
Yeah.
Go on. Talk about the big ending.
Oh, with the Eternal Rebirth? Because that was the whole ending to the great-grandmother stalker.
Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't the stalker.
The ending of the book.
In fact, if you go by this book, there's no such thing as a bad stalker.
Yeah,
like, stalkers are good guys.
It actually turns out the stalkers have always been the good guys. They're just being viewed incorrectly.
Yeah. There's a limit of rape that apparently it flips to, like, a hero.
Oh,
that's crazy. According to Haunting of Adeline. But yeah, the Eternal Rebirth is their ritual where they sacrifice a child and like coat themselves in the blood or something. I'm trying to find the names.
Something like that.
I'm trying to find the names here because I can't recall, but he's getting initiated. He puts on like the cloak and stuff, and then he meets like a dweeb, like a really anxious dweeb, and then he starts doing his tough guy talk. I'm trying so hard to
And this was, I'll say, for the whole book and all the writing problems, This was the most well-portrayed scene. I can still picture it in my head. The room they go into, the circle for the kid that gets murdered for blood, all the people in the robes around the room. Like, this was the best written part. There was a part where I'm like driving and I'm listening to it and I was like, all right, like what's that? Like, I'm actually a little invested in this action for the first time in the whole book.
Yeah, so they have a child up there. They're about to sacrifice. Well, Zaid's about to sacrifice the kid, and that's when he says, "Close your eyes," I whisper. "Don't open them until I tell you." Gripping the blade tightly, I lift it up and swipe my arm to the left directly into the frat boy's throat. The chanting stutters before stopping completely, gasp ringing out as the boy beside me suffocates on his blood. Jerk the blade out, the suctioning noise swallowed by his choked gasps. He's staring at me, eyes wide in disbelief. And the frat boy he's talking about is a guy who's like, "I can't wait to kill a kid. I can't wait to kill kids. I need to eat their blood." That kind of thing. And then, this is the big twist, an explosion rings out. Jay comes through. Oh, God, where is it? The explosion breaks out. Jay shows up. Jay's like his camera guy. Jay's the guy who says, like, "I can turn the cameras off for 10 minutes. And Zaid usually goes, "I only need 3. That kind of thing. And then he goes and slaughters bad guys. But this time...
okay, hang on, back up. I didn't hear the first part. Why does he need a cameraman?
He's a hacker.
Yeah.
So Zaid...
second best hacker in the world behind Zaid.
Yeah, Zaid taught Jay everything he knows about hacking. Zaid he's basically like a server admin. He can do anything in life as long as there's technology involved. He can hack every camera. He can hack fucking digital alarm clocks if he wants to. So he taught Jay.
No, it's got to be really difficult to get into.
I'm making you late for your meeting.
Yeah, I like how that's the one I went to. Like, that's so crazy.
You can hack the Pentagon and digital alarm clocks.
And my smartwatch. But yeah, so Jay's like the hacker. So it's really weird that Jay shows up after this explosion. And then it turns out...
Wait, does that mean there's a Haunting Adeline 2?
There is. Which I do not want to read. So she does it.
Yeah.
I don't think it says that.
It doesn't. It doesn't. We can take that out. I'll take that out. That's a big... We'll save that for the others. But yeah.
So we'll rewind. Hopefully everything was scrubbed from there.
If not, fuck it.
Yeah, who cares? But so, like Charlie was saying, kid almost gets killed. Zaid takes the knife, kills the frat guy to his right or left, whatever. Mm-hmm. Big explosion right as this is about to happen.
Yep.
Jay comes on the fucking earpiece, Bluetooth earpiece he wears everywhere, and is like, "Whoa! Like, we've been double crossed. Like,
someone knew our every move before we made it."
And he's like, "Come in! Like, this is terrible." Or maybe Jay walks in the room or something.
He came in like after the explosion.
That's right, because Zaid's like, "Jay is never here. Why is this happening?" And it was a big setup.
There was
to try to kill Zaid. Yep. I think they fight their way out, or does it?
No, it ends there. So this is the final piece we get of Zaid and Jay. Glad you can figure that out, Jason Scott. Now let's see those hands, otherwise this single bullet will find its way in both of your fucking heads.
That's right. They really...
Wait, is that the last word of the book?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
There's another chapter with Adeline. So Adeline, after they've solved grandmother's murder...
It's all coming back to me.
After they solve grandmother's murder, her and Daya, they go their separate ways. She gets a text from Daya about like an urgent matter she needs to tend to. So Adeline freaks out like, "Oh my God, Daya needs my help. This never really happens." So she gets in her car and she drives. Car follows her, fucking pit maneuvers her, and wrecks her out. And then the final line of the book is, "Just get her in the van, Rio. Max already going to be pissed we fucked up his van. So quit fucking around. The police will be here soon. Time to go to sleep, princess."
And Max...
is a guy from way earlier.
Is the gang guy from earlier that they've been worried about the whole time.
Yeah, so Max was a associate of Archibald.
Yep.
Yeah, his name
is Archibald?
I don't know Archibald.
What was his whole name?
Archibald Van Winklersmith. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was
something dumb.
It was really juvenile, but Archibald was a guy who made the mistake of meeting Adeline in a club, and he was going to go home and... like, they were about to have sex, but he's apparently like a really abusive guy. So Zaid, upon seeing them about to have sex, kills him, and that puts Adeline in danger because then everyone else in that gang is now after them. So he ends up killing Archibald's entire family. But Max knew something was afoot, so he's been kind of on her tail ever since, and now he's got her.
I'm trying to... Archibald Talvara, because it was the Talvara people.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep, we don't need to rehash Archie's tale.
No, we already did that one. This book sucks.
It does.
It's like an actual
So we're reading
stinker.
number 2.
I mean, I think we have to now. We have to know who was behind the setup.
Oh, yeah. How could we know? Hopefully Charlie edited that out.
I think Charlie might have edited out that huge spoiler that you looked up.
So yeah, I think we should read number 2. Problem is, we can't rag on it as much. Well, not a problem. It's going to be much more consensual.
This is, yeah,
Oh, is it?
It's got to.
It has to be, unless he finds a new person to stalk and rape. So, like, in the second book, it feels like it's going to be all action. Like, this feels like it'll be the Dark Knight to the Batman Begins.
Almost as well written.
Yeah. Because now they're separated, right? Because now he's captured by mystery villain, and she is with Max.
Yeah.
So, like, how can they possibly...
So this has now become Taken.
Yeah, it's basically Taken.
Oh, I hope he calls Max and goes, I have a special set of skills.
I bet you the writing in that book is going to be some of the most nonsensical garbage.
Maybe they're gonna like Men in Black mind zap her so she forgets that she loves him, and then he gets to rape her all over again from scratch.
I hate this.
I hate this so much. And like, I feel like we have to read number 2.
I actually want to read number 2. Like, there is no way. Like, how can it even be smutty? It can't be. There's nobody left.
Let's make some theories now for the end of this. I think he finds her within the first 2 chapters and it gets back to sex.
Damn, you're probably right. He is the best hacker. He could probably digitize himself in an email and send it to her.
Yes.
And it can pop out.
Max goes, wait, I got an email. Boom! Fucking like Code Lyoko shit.
Yeah.
Also, Charlie, I'm going to go like this a whole bunch. I need you to check 10 seconds ago and see if you see my credit card number. I need to keep that in my pocket. Please.
Stop showing
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
It's a little Easter egg for anybody who actually watches.
Oh, God. But yeah, I bet you he finds her fast as shit, and it's right back to sexual assault city.
You're probably right, actually.
In fact, I'm gonna buy the audiobook and start on my way home.
The first chapter is how I found Adeline. Her pussy laid bare before me as I tickled a bud with my gun.
Thank God, when I swung the door open and shot Max in the head, he had just gotten her naked for me.
I said, thanks for preparing the meal. I can't wait to devour her.
Oh, this hurts me. Yeah, book sucks. Yeah, it's
bad.
trash.
Terrible book.
Okay, you guys, since apparently this is a thing, and you guys are rating the next one, let's make a rating.
Oh yeah,
let's rate it.
True.
This is the Charlie Book Talk rating scale. How many spicy peppers?
Was it not the Matt Book Talk?
Well, you have your own rating.
Oh,
you had the audio. You'll do the audiobook rating.
The voices are phenomenal. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would probably get. How many spicy out of 5? You said.
That's how they. I don't. You don't have to use spicy peppers. I know when my fiance.
Oh,
yeah! Congratulations, Danny.
God, this is the video people learning.
When she is looking up recommendations on like TikTok or something, that's how they rate how like smutty the book is. Is how many spicy peppers. Like 5 spicy peppers, it's basically all sex kind of thing.
So I think we. I
you
think
should come
we
up with your own
need
scale.
Two levels here. There's the book rating.
Yeah.
Spicy rating.
I like that. I'll do the spicy rating. You can do the book rating, or do you want to flip that? I'm fine either way.
You can do both, and I can do both too.
Okay, we just do that then. Book rating, I would give this. I don't know if zeros are like uncouth in the book community, but it is a bad read. Like even setting aside like the subject matter, it is written like some kind of a like drama club, throwaway project. Like I don't like the way it's written. I don't like the way it conveys anything. I do agree the ending is the strongest part by far, because then she finally abandons this is like rubbing butter on a butt cheek of a bitch. Like that kind of stupid shit.
I would have liked that more.
She finally gets rid of that, and it seems like much more grounded.
Yeah.
But the rest of the book is just so awful to read. As far as like the smuttiness of it goes, I would argue of the 605 pages, probably 320-ish are dedicated entirely to describing rape.
Yep. And a lot of the others are building up to it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. And him talking about how excited he is for those pages to get there.
Yeah.
You remember the book when, I mean, it's still probably a book, but we would have read it as a child, where it's Sesame Street, and they're scared of the monster at the end of the book.
Yeah.
So like, it's who's the blue guy on Sesame
Grover.
Street? Yeah, Grover is so scared to get to the end of the book. So
Or is it the Cookie Monster? Which one is it?
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster is, but I think it's Grover who's in the book. I don't know if he's also blue. Grover's in the book. He's chaining pages, and he's like, I swear you can't turn the next page. That's how Zaid is like, turn that fucking page. Like, I'm ready to get to it.
I am the monster.
But I would agree. I think this is it's not all sex, so I'll go a 4 out of 5 on the spicy scale.
Yeah. I was going to do it in half. So, like, since about half of the book is smuttiness, I was going to give it a 2.5 spicy peppers out of 5.
I think
You're just doing percentage.
Yeah, it's doing percentage.
You know what? It's no longer a scale. It's 50% smut. And since Charlie's editing this, I can't wait to see the fun graphics.
Here, the peppers will be right here.
It's just a fucking PNG of a pepper.
There won't even be that.
And I agree. On the book itself, I will give it a 0. I didn't like the contents. I didn't think the writing was solid. So the 0. I think with Haunting Adeline 2, do you want to go back to back, or should we read an ACOTAR?
I think we should just go back to back.
All right.
While it's still
I'll get it right now.
Yeah, I need to go pick it up from Barnes & Nobles.
What's their name again, the author? Because they're getting another 20 fucking schmackaroonies from me.
H.D. Carlton.
Haunting Adeline. Ah, yes, they call it The Cat and Mouse Duet, Book 2.
Yeah.
$22?
All right, when are you writing your next smut book?
Oh yeah,
Genghis Swan. When does he pick up the pen again?
So we have. Oh, you can cut this out if you want. We have a property that we have all written that is smutty.
Yeah.
Could be turned into smut.
We read that for the charity stream, actually.
Should we get somebody to turn that into a book?
We should. Yeah, it's a good whodunit, I thought.
Here, real quick. I'm just going to give you the preview of Book 2 so you can hear the voices.
My eyes shut as a sob crawls up my throat. A tear slip.
Sorry, it's on 2.5 speed.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Let's go to 1 down.
Through my lashes, and my chest shakes with exertion, trying not to break down.
So that's Adeline.
This was my...
I showed them last time. I'm really just showing Danny at this point.
Yeah, Danny wasn't here.
That's for me.
It by Teddy Hamilton
Let
and
me-
with the buckle fixating with...
Let me show you Zaid.
Mouth slow. Are you okay? Panic etched into every line on his face, and his hazel eyes are rounded with fear as he kneels before me.
I wish I could show you him saying cock.
Can you have it swap to like a different accent? That'd be cool.
really
Like
get
we
to
can make them
say
all
my
Australian.
I'm choosing to hold on to it, carrying something meaningful.
Yeah, it's not worth it. you get the picture. All right, I'll buy the book. I'm gonna buy it right now.
All right, I'll go grab a physical copy the way God intended.
Yep.
All right, well, that was the first complete book of our book club.
We did it. If there's books you want to see and you've made it this far, put it below.
Yeah. Do not recommend.
Yeah. Don't actually unrecommend. Don't read.
Yeah, it's an advisory warning to not read it. It sucks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And we'll let me buy the book.
They probably took it down. That looks good. Yeah, this looks good. He's not very smart, he's not very charming, but goddamn can he use a lead pipe nicely. God, he's looking like an anime lolly now. Perfect. Which is what I want. He looks like the annoying orange face right now. I'm not overly pleased with what I've created thus far, but I'm assuming I can make it better. Oh, big shot! I entered VATS. We're going to be eating good for all of 3 seconds with that space meat. Hiya! Wow. Fucking annihilated that guy. Can I intimidate the AI? Can I just be so imposing that even artificial intelligence trembles in fear?
I understand. I will require some time to process
Jesus, a robot that grieves too? Fuck, what does it also do? Sleep, fart, shit, come? That was easy. Who's this old bitch? You a bad guy? Oh, it's a bad guy. Thanks to the Prime page. Yeah. God, I'm strong. Don't do it. You'll regret it. I told you. Their best bet is to just not engage me if I don't see them.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work.
Aren't you a barber?
I'm Conrad.
What are you, like, sucking dick for free haircuts or something? What do you mean?
I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
That's fine. Cool derby hat. Fucking dweeb. What, are you going to a horse race or something? Space horses? Well, let's do it. Oh, it can be really racist, I guess. Do just a full racist playthrough.
Hey, mister, can we talk?
God, what? What do you want?
You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
I'd prefer if it was dirty. Sound more appetizing. Oh, Parvati's getting blasted. At least I'm safe. Oh, just hacking. There we go. That'll work. Watch out, Parvati! Close call. Follow me. I can get Adelaide to take over the town. Fuck that. If anyone's taking over the town, it'll be me. I'll march into Reed's office, slit his throat, and then I'll own the Spacer's choice.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh?
Well, it's not an offer. I'm telling you I'm going to do that, and you're welcome to come along for the ride if you'd like.
For a chance to sow some.
You got it, Adelaide. All I know is violence. You're gonna love the birthday present I got you this year, Adelaide. I'm charging it up, Reed. If you get hit by this, it's your own fault. Reed! I quit. No, it...
You just killed
Yeah, I told you I was going to do that right in front of Adelaide. Remember? You were in on this plan the whole journey here, and now you're acting, like, surprised that I did it.
You have a peculiar comfort with violence. Killing off my garden, gunning down...
Gunning down? No, I walked in there with a machete and cut his fucking head off.
Our flock made our way
Don't
back
spread a
to
rumor.
Edgewater. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
What do you mean you have a considerable burden to carry? I murdered a man for you. Yeah, tell me about your burden. Oh no, my plants. Oh no, my plants. Try chopping a man's head off in 5 guards. Why did Parvati level up? I feel like she should have got a lot, like, D-leveled or something. She hated what I did. Oh, cool melee weapon. I'm stealing it from her. Fuck yeah, I stole her weapon. Thanks, Parvati. Hey, great news, everyone. You have a new home. You can say thank you and build statues with me later.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Nope.
Outstanding, Captain.
I guess I do.
Your aptitude for-
I'm okay, Parvati. You stay back. No, just stay here. Yeah. Thanks for the resub, the man of trash. Okay, maybe stay over there. You really, well. Shit. Nothing. Just the wind. Don't open it. I should have never trick-or-treated over here. Don't open it. Now that you know it's on the other side. You don't want to do that. What? Jesus, how did he open it from so far away with his fucking mind? Berkey! What's up, Berkey?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps.
Jurassic Park malfunction again? Let's have 2 macho men square off against each other here. Your vagina hurt or something, soldier?
You're powerful free with that tongue of yours.
Yeah, I'll tongue that butthole if it's in a second if you're not careful.
You got me. Just Just testing your metal.
What are you gonna do about it? Make me
Not
fuck
much
you?
fight left in me anyways.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You couldn't handle me fucking you.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it.
Perfect!
Oh, not actually one of them, are you?
No, but I'll still take your life if you want to just give it away like that. I got some better armor, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm looking like an old school, like Mad Max pirate or something.
Downright friendly with the outlaw leader.
What?
I reckon we got nothing to say to each other. You best back yourself
I've murdered everyone I've encountered in here. I don't want to kill any Raptidons, if I can help it. Luckily, my companions have murdered every single Raptidon we've seen. So, they'll surely love us soon. Hey, you boys seen any gas canisters? I like how these guys can just let bygones be bygones even after I killed like a ton of their friends. I respect that, just being the bigger men. I feel like doing these dialogue options is very easy progress. Then I never have to make any choices, everyone's happy. Though I do like making choices like slitting that man, or cutting that man's head off for no reason. In cinema, there are some timeless, iconic performances that we will always remember fondly. One-of-a-kind, generational talents that bring to life a character on the big screen. I'm talking Al Pacino as Scarface, Heath Ledger as the Joker, Kevin James as Paul Blart, and typically, depending on who you ask, most sensible people will also include my role as the District 8 hospital helper in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Now, I know I've never really dove into the nitty-gritty there. I don't like to yap about it too much. You know, I hardly even think about it these days. But it is true. What I did in that movie with my performance redefined what we thought possible on the big screen. And since that, I haven't really dabbled in the world of acting too much. I've dipped my toes in here and there, but never to that same degree with a world-shattering acting performance. Until recently, that is. I dusted off the cobwebs, I lubed up the gears, and I hopped back on the saddle to once again redefine an entire medium with my acting. Gaming. I play Sonar in a new game that just came out, Dispatch. Many of you may have heard of it by now because it seems like it's fucking blowing up online. And people are already saying that Sonar might be the best voiced character they've ever heard. They didn't even know something like this was possible. And that's just the Charles difference right there. I don't just act as a character, I become that character. My emotional performance so moving, I make you question what's real and what's fake. I blur the lines of reality here. And while Sonar may be the obvious standout for this game, I'm not the main character, I'm one of many, but it is a very sizable role with a few hundred lines here. It is by far my biggest acting performance I've ever done, and it was a lot of fucking fun. I got to be part of this game with a really stacked, talented cast, including an actor that I really, really appreciate the work of, Aaron Paul, who is the main character. No, I didn't get to meet Aaron Paul. Wish I did. If you're watching this, Aaron Paul, super up to hang out or collab or whatever. But I do get to share some scenes with him in this. And it's just been an absolute joy to see that the game is being received so well. And that I don't suck too much ass as a voice actor, which is great. I played through the first 2 episodes on stream and I really enjoyed them. There's 8 episodes total and they're releasing them in batch of 2s every week. So the next 2 drop tomorrow. And I think, judging for where episode 2 ends off, I think episodes 3 and 4 I'm going to have a bit of a bigger role as Sonar here, depending on player choices, because I recorded a lot of lines that I think this is building towards in episodes 3 and 4, but maybe they fucking cut the lines. Who knows? I have no idea. Either way, I'm very excited, and I just wanted to show you some highlights for episode 1 and 2. Mainly just a quick little supercut for some of the Sonar moments here, and a little bit of extra sprinkled in there, but the entirety of episode 1 and 2 was, like, actually very good.
Stop screaming, goddammit. Hey, I will pull you up if you quiet the fuck down. Help!
Just drop him anyway. Oh yeah, cool. Just fucking drop him.
Sir, you want something to scream about? I'll give you something to scream about. No!
I am actually shocked I got to do that. I'll take it. Oh, okay, he's alive.
You piece of shit! Hey, I ruined a perfectly good mattress to make sure you didn't die, okay? You're welcome.
Damn it. Fuck. I wanted to just kill him.
He's here!
But then you'd lose to Batman. A really good point. Man, they really crushed the fucking visuals on this, man. Holy. Again, I didn't see, like, any of this.
Figures.
That was a crazy move from Toxic there, just going for like the 360 teabag. What does failing one of these look like? Okay, let me fail one. I see. Just interrupted. I froze. I didn't know how to take a life.
Next question. Most heroes avenge their family. You did the opposite.
I mean, I tried.
You killed their legacy. How disappointed would your dad be if he were here right now?
What the fuck? Charles Kingsley?
Your father.
Jesus, man. I'm gonna attack you. Can I jump over this podium?
In their graves.
Like a Five Nights at Freddy jump scare? Ah! Attaboy. Yeah, let them see. let them all see.
Of course, but there's too... Keep loading. We're out of here in 30. And who the fuck are you?
Yeah, you. Go fucking hobo ranger?
Go Hobo Ranger. That kind of goes ballistic.
Mecha Man.
You're not Mecha Man. That's Mecha Man.
I'm Mecha Man, dipshit, okay? That's my suit.
Wow, you're gonna be wishing you had it right now.
Whatever the case, I'm enough to deal with a pack of fucking Skittles idiots like you.
God damn it. Look, you're hurt. You're not thinking straight.
I'm gonna punch with my injured hand.
Knows which hand every punch is coming from.
Oh, no, it was a bad idea. No, you're right. I should have struck with my good hand. I don't know why I did that. That was stupid. Wait, give me a second to recuperate. Ah, shit. No, wait, guys. Reset.
A little buzzed. I don't really make jokes like that. I think Vizzy's rubbing off on me.
Who?
Someone I work with. It's...
Yeah, but what about Sonar? What's he like? Can I ask? You don't mind? How fucking cool is that guy, huh?
Shit. That is... Damn.
Feel good?
Sorry, I choked him.
Yeah, Jacksepticeye is the guy on the right there. His name is Punch Up, if I remember right.
I can throw the fire.
I didn't know that's what his character looked like, though. In all of the art I saw of the surrounding cast, he looked like... I thought he was like a massive, hulking figure. So that's pretty cool. Seeing him in-game is not at all what I thought he was.
More mecha dick, as I...
We can work with this.
Fine. I feel like Sonar's not gonna get this chance. I think it's already too far gone for us.
No, this...
You fucking creep!
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. I totally...
You disgusting pervert!
I mean, you did. But I definitely...
Okay, so that's the intro. So now I imagine first day at STN is when we meet Sonar. You and 54% of players kissed Blazer. You're telling me that it's only... Wow, I thought that'd be much higher. Only 26% of players let that guy drop? Fucking losers?
Heroes, but it's better if you keep your identity a secret. We've had incidents in the past. Here. I remembered you being bigger.
Son of a bitch.
I was a little drunk. Listen, it's gonna be great. Oh, sorry. Should I turn around? Or what do you... should I close my eyes, maybe?
I just don't give a fuck. Just watch me. You've insulted me so many times, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, no, it's...
You can look at my Hank Hill butt cheeks, I don't give a shit.
I mean, don't stare me straight in the eyes or anything, because that would be odd.
Yeah, I'll actually... Yeah, I'm just gonna... There.
It doesn't look like it, but I am flexing every muscle in my body right now.
Really?
Okay, well, you didn't have to say it like that.
I want to say again, I'm sorry about last night.
This fucking guy, man.
I regret the way I conducted
This is heartbreaking.
Are you serious?
Invisigal.
Who locks a conference room? So, you two fuck or what?
We kissed, but it was very innocent.
Like cheek innocent or tip of your dick innocent?
Okay, stop. First of all, we did not kiss. You kissed me.
Oh my god, I can't catch a break.
Whoa, she cussed.
I'm just a loser. Oh no.
She is part of the Phoenix program.
Now, if I'm being honest, I thought and still think we should have canned these tunas months ago.
And you might get your wish. Because if we don't see improvement soon, the whole program will be scrapped.
Cool. No pressure.
Oh! I'm the first hero in the lineup? Let's go! That's the fucking goat right there, Sonar.
About being a Harvard graduate, like all Harvard graduates.
Who also orchestrated some of the most effective Silicon Valley investment frauds in U.S.
My god, my stats suck.
Also, sometimes he transforms into a fucking bat monster that would eat you ass first after he emptied your pension plan.
Oh my god, my stats are horrible. What is this? I guess it could be worse. He's smart. I'm pretty smart. What about my Mega Bat form? Oh yeah, that's good. That's much better. That's much better. I get dumb as shit and can't speak English anymore, but I can hit things, I guess.
Sun's balloon is stuck in a tree. Can you send someone?
Oh yeah, that's a job for Sonar. I might just send him to everything. Even things he's not suited for. A Sonar only run. He's the only guy I dispatch. Everyone else gets pinched. That's a really good point.
Mr. Vanderstank is requesting a...
Well, no, I think he has to transform to do that. I don't think he can do it.
Willem Vanderstank.
Oh, I'm very familiar with this guy.
Genius. Literally, he has a certificate.
You aren't a genius if you need a piece of paper that says you're a genius.
You're just jealous. This guy rules.
This guy does rule. I know a lot about Vanderstink, so definitely Sonar goes there.
Find my keys. We're good.
Yeah.
Take Wednesday.
This is going to be a perfect run.
What are you guys talking about?
I'd send Sonar if he was back. Actually, I can wait. He's on his way back. How'd I do? Yeah, you fucking bet.
You sure we don't work on...
Actually perfect. Literally perfect. I've got the cheat sheet for Sonar.
Okay, what's going on with Sonar?
Oh, that, yeah, he kind of randomly turns into a monster sometimes.
Randomly.
We are working on controlling it.
Sonar transforms after returning from a call. His intellect swaps with combat and charisma swaps with vigor until next call. Wait, that sounds busted. So wait, if I just like juice up... My god, I'm gonna have... My character might actually be just unbelievably strong.
Washed up, drinking alone.
Sonar, the Homelander of Dispatch. Yeah.
Just a guy?
Hear that, Flambe? You got your ass kicked by just a guy.
All of you, shut the fuck up.
I feel like I don't need her to get +1 combat. I'm already fucking juiced here. I'm already off my gourd with combat. I feel like that's probably fine.
One date.
No. Do not ask again.
Hot.
Don't worry, Sonar gets laid. It's inevitable. No matter what choices you make, he gets pussy. I already recorded all the lines. Oh my god! I'm just gonna say it. Sonar has a 100% in every single mission so far. Easy.
Hey, Bobby. Here, William Vanderstink needs a security detail. Is it cool if I go? I've been wanting to pitch him some stuff I've been working on.
Yeah, pretty sure that's exactly what he's trying to avoid.
You can only choose one solution. Send literally anyone else, or send Sonar security. Are you fucking kidding me?
High-ranking Vanderstanker. It would mean a lot.
I'm absolutely sending Sonar, but I feel like I should level him up first. Because I think he has an upgrade point, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't, hold on, I can't see because I accidentally, oh boy, hold on. Did I go charisma or intellect? Probably charisma, right? Since I'm about to pitch him on some shit.
We're going to need you to protect Mr. Vanderstank from the Vanderstanker fan club.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever fucking heard. This team needs Sonar. Get in there, brother. I recorded so many Vanderstink lines. If I actually fail this, I'm going to be so disappointed somehow. If I somehow fail this, I'm going to be so disappointed. There's no way, though, right?
Sure. Go ahead.
Thanks, man. You will not regret this.
Well, I didn't think I would until you said that.
A kid just robbed me. That little shit, I want him behind bars.
Alright, that sounds like a flambe mission. No, well, that was my better one.
Ugh, yeah, fine.
Well, the best teacher is Fia.
How'd we do? How'd we do? The nerves are hitting Sonar and he's second-guessing his human meat alternative pitch. How should he approach it? Fuck. I feel like he's got incredible stories. A lot of the stories I told were just fucking improvised things, so I have no idea. Maybe they're bad. Maybe they're not good stories. But, god damn it, did we go on an adventure for those tales.
Make it
Tell a
relatable.
story.
You know, tell a story.
How'd we do? Oh, that was easy. You love the stories. Look how happy we are.
God damn it, this bitch is a gusher.
Be careful.
I got this, Lieutenant Dan. Never mind. Got any more great advice?
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize it was timed there. Imagine I just get her killed instantly. Shit. I couldn't decide right away.
This old bitch. Invisigal, just hold him off while I find a way to help.
Just send in Sonar.
Great fucking advice, Lieutenant.
I'm gonna take out the thief.
Granny doesn't even know how to shoot that thing. Take out the thief first. He's the only one with his finger on the trigger.
You know what? It's my life on the line.
I'm done listening to you. The thing's gonna blow that man's
Arm off, and there's a whole building with me in it. Fuck off. I'm disarming the device.
No, Invisigal, that's a direct order.
I thought my plan made a lot of sense. Yeah, see, now we just got him shot.
Fuck. Invisigal, you there? Come in, Invisigal.
Fuck, this guy's heavy.
Oh, they censored his butt cheeks.
Man of his own work. Oh.
Charisma. Oh, damn it! Fuck! I'm just gonna give it to Sonar. I'm just gonna juice the shit out of this guy. I'm gonna have him just be the superstar of the SDN. Enjoy your mobility point, brother. Fuck, if that was just charisma or intellect, it would have been so good. That would have been so huge for the build.
Hey.
Ah, shit.
shit.
What kind of superhero flinches? I didn't say which superhero. Chill out.
If you had people trying to kill you for the last 15 years, you'd be jumpy too.
What makes you think my life has been any different? You think growing up surrounded by a bunch of shitbag villains, I didn't need to watch my back?
Ooh, this is a big one.
Just disappear, okay? I actually have to face my problems.
What the fuck?
Ow, why does he keep screaming?
His name's Sonar.
Yeah, I know what sonar means.
What's up?
Then why are you asking why he
I can't believe they actually kept in my sounds.
You know what? Never mind. Good shift.
This guy is weird.
Yeah, he is. Look, I actually just came by to celebrate the mission going well. Didn't mean to interrupt your little snack. What, do you need a pre-chew like a little baby bird, bitch?
You seriously?
I kind of ruined our relationship by saying that about the, hiding herself, going invisible.
You'd think when that guy signed up for SD and that it'd result in the back of his ball sack getting scorched?
Oh, it was his nutsack.
First of all, the place was trashed when I got there. Second... Feel bad. Good. Fuck you.
That was a really good prank, actually, opening the door and then coming back for that. You gonna eat those Twinks?
That's not what they're... You know what? Help yourself.
What happened to your nose? Meaning to tell you.
Oh, fuck.
It's a little
Not
awkward
again.
to mention, but since
I can't handle more of this.
Blonde blazer.
Oh, it's even worse.
Are you ready to go? Who is this? I thought I'd cataloged all of your work companions.
Robert, this is my boyfriend. And I'm a man. This is our new dispatcher. I was telling you.
The Viltrumites. Yeah.
Robert Robertson, leader of the Phoenixes, stations in Tokyo at a restaurant where the owner dreams of sushi. You should join us. I'm sure they could accommodate.
Yes, absolutely.
Special occasion like this.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that sounds just amazing. I would love to join.
Phenomenal.
Actually, I don't know if we can add one more to the reservation.
Hey, what the fuck?
Importantly, in order for us to get there in time, we'd have to hit supersonic speed, and Robert here is...
Oh, would he die?
Yeah, I think he would die.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Perhaps another time.
Yeah, for sure.
You should be with Sonar anyway, by the way, Blonde Blazer.
Faster.
This is kind of random, but do you ever buy sealed Pokemon collections? No. But you did just remind me. This video I watched earlier, I have it in this tab here. This is crazy. It's not necessarily a full sealed collection. She does have sealed product, but Pokemon has now reached the point where it's like a full-blown, like, luxury, like, display of wealth. So this is the Jolina Giselle collection, and it's being touted as, like, the largest and most valuable collection. I don't think that's true. If I remember correctly, there's a Saudi Arabian royal family member who's reportedly got the most valuable collection of Pokemon cards, but he doesn't want to publicize it. So of the public collections, this might be the largest and most valuable, but I don't think it's full bore the most valuable, but check this shit out.
Amazing collection ever seen here in Switzerland. This is just a small part of it, and trust me when I tell you, it's like huge. Over 60,000 cards and products of the Jolina Giselle collection. I mean, for me as a collector, we have here the Illustrator Pikachu not one, but 2 times. Even the
it is crazy.
That is the first time it got graded. Yeah, so it's super crazy. I'm Thomas Kovac. I own a store in Zurich, Amazing Toys, and I'm in the hobby.
No idea where the wealth comes from for Jolina Giselle.
And it's not only my hobby, it's my job. I own the store online.
2 Illustrator Pikachus is wild. Oh, actually, you don't know the half of it. What's even more wild, it's not just 2 Pikachu illustrators. This one, this 9, is the first ever graded Pikachu illustrator, which is why it's not PSA or anything. It's literally the first illustrator card to ever get graded. It's fucking absurd what she has.
It is the first time it got graded.
Oh, he even says
so
it here.
It's super crazy. I'm Thomas.
I didn't even hear him say that.
I own a store in Zurich, Amazing Toys, and
yeah, it is a very cool
for the
card.
past 25 years. And it's not only my hobby, it's my job. I own the store, online shop, Amazing Toys, and I'm proud to show you all of this collection. This is just a small part of it, and trust me when I tell you, Illustrator Pikachu is a small part of it. There's way more in this collection. We have back here.
I will tell you something though. I wish she displayed it better. I don't really like this feel. It feels very sterile, very like almost callous from Destiny. I don't know, just a little gaudy. I think there would have been a much cooler way of presenting this collection. You'll see what I mean.
Favorites, gold stars. We have all of the gold stars. It's just some highlights in English, PSA 10, also in Japanese PSA 10, and way more, which you will see later down the road. For me, as like, I breathe Pokemon cards when I see this. It's for me, I've never seen this at one spot and place, and that's why we have also here.
Scalper's already planning an Ocean's 11 heist.
I don't know if you can see this anywhere.
I don't think so, man. Judging from this facility that they're in, I feel like scalpers would have a real hard time getting in here. They'd probably get shot by 15 phalanx turrets.
On the world, the University Magikarp, the Tamamushi University Prize, 5 times a Gyarados or Gyarados PSA 10. It's basically every Charizard you can think of. It's here, and it's from the even with the PSA because we have
these gold walls open to just more PSA 10 Pokemon cards. So this is the Legendary Collection, full reverse holo PSA 10s. And she has that for like Crystal over here. But the thing is, it's in just like a shoebox rack. Like, I just don't think this is a cool way to present it.
Legendary Collection PSA 10 set in reverse foil.
Pokemon scalpers are scum of the earth. Completely agree. Now, like I said, I don't know what Jolina Giselle does, but I saw that she also did an interview with this guy. She explicitly states that she doesn't and apparently will not sell anything from her collection. Obviously, I'm assuming she's buying from like scalpers and like some fucking scumbags. But at the very least, it seems like she's just doing this for herself. It's not even a publicly accessible collection. Like, you can't pay to go see it or anything. So, as far as the hobby goes, this one's on like the lower end of degeneracy. This is just someone who has absurd fucking wealth that dumped it all into Pokemon. God, do you see what I mean though? It's just, I don't, like, you have reportedly 60,000 of like the most valuable Pokemon cards money can buy, and you display them like this. There's so much room for improvement. You could make a whole terrarium out of your fucking slabbed cards. How would I display them? Oh, I would have, if I had something like this, I would 1000% have had like custom displays made for it. Something to highlight the cards and the story of the cards. And I'd have a lot more, like, character to it. So instead of just being, like, you know, fucking empty inventory just dropping out all of your PSA slabs, I'd have, like, I don't know, other cool things from the hobby. You know, like maybe the McDonald's Pokemon promotional products from back in the day, like the old gold things that aren't super valuable anymore today, but they're still really cool. Just to help emphasize the cool items. Like, this is just, to me, very bland. It doesn't have a whole lot of character to the display. You're just asking for scalpers to steal it at that point. Oh, I'd never do it. I mean, I don't have anything like this. I'm just saying, she is clearly in a position where money is no longer even a tangible thing. It's now just infinite unlock. She can do anything. I'm just surprised that she wouldn't invest more heavily in something very visually striking for this collection. Because this is, at the end of the day, just a closet and a couple of shoe racks that are filled with Pokemon cards. There's an interview that I think is on this channel. Oh, maybe not. That's her, though. I'm assuming she just comes from unimaginable wealth. Go to her website. Yeah, the website's weird. I went to the website, That's how I saw the interview, because I was so curious where this comes from. The website is a little odd. Like, in the history, I thought for sure it would say, like, the origin here, but instead it reads kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon villain kind of thing. One evening, almost casually, she asked the question, "Dad, couldn't you simply buy all the Pokemon cards? I think it would be really cool if we had them all." That's the wholesome beginning to the most valuable collection ever. In her words. I don't think it's the most valuable collection ever, but it's the most valuable publicly displayed collection.
Jolina, thank you for having me here. I've already saw part of the collection, so I'm very happy that I can see it, and it carries even your name, and it even more has like a story from your childhood. So can you tell us a bit about the story of this collection and how it came to be?
Of course. Well, in school I was pretty shy and introverted, so I had a really hard time making friends. And I always brought something to school.
No,
with
I don't
me.
think it's AI. If this was AI, I would be beyond shocked, because this guy, from everything I can see, is legitimately someone that owns a TCG shop, is in the community. It would be crazy if he just flushed everything down the shitter to do this promo piece for a complete AI sham. And again, you can't buy anything, so I don't see what the scam would be. Like, you can't spend money here. So it'd be a really weird thing to AI scam people with, because you get literally nothing out of it. How old is she? I don't know. She looks like maybe mid-20s or something, but I have no idea. I didn't look too deep into Jolina Giselle. From the very little bits I did look, I didn't find anything. So I really couldn't tell you. Where'd she get her wealth from? That's what I said, I have no clue. I briefly tried to find it, but there's no information on where it comes
to
from.
focus on myself. And one day there just happened to be Pokemon cards. And it sparked interest.
But I didn't finish this interview. I stopped, like, here. Maybe it's the last question she answers.
The other kids.
I don't know.
And that's how friendships form naturally and pretty playfully.
Is it true that as a little girl, you wanted to buy individual cards or trade individuals?
Unfortunately, no, because we like to keep the collection together, because that's what makes it so special. And if we were to sell it, only as a whole.
So, and why share it now to the public that this collection exists, which is basically for me also once in a lifetime?
We thought very carefully about it if we should go public with the collection or not, but we thought for the 30th anniversary, it would be a real shame to keep it hidden, and we wanted to have something for the fans.
I mean, I'm a fan, but way out of my budget, unfortunately. If you were ever to sell this collection, what would the future owner of this collection need to bring that you could entrust this to him or her?
For us, it'd be super important that the future buyer would know what the collection stands for, because it's so much more than just Pokemon cards. It's about a promise my father made to me and always kept. And
okay, that's very silly. That promise is, Daddy, why not just buy every Pokemon card? Daddy, every Pokemon card, please. I don't know, it's not exactly the most wholesome of promises. That shouldn't really be the story or the message behind it.
today it is the Jolina Giselle.
That's in her words, by the way. I'm not just making shit up. That is literally part of the history. Dad, couldn't you simply buy all the Pokemon cards? It'd be really cool.
Pokemon collection, the most exclusive and complete in the world.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't explain where the money comes from. This lady literally didn't exist till last week. I know, actually popped out of nowhere with the video. But I'm gonna be honest, I think that lends more credibility to it being real, though. Because if Jolina Giselle was like some kind of influencer, or like, I don't know, had some failed like schemes in the past, and then all of a sudden happens to have the most valuable Pokemon collection ever publicly seen, then I'd be like, this is very sketchy, this is clearly a fucking sham, look at her history. But she comes out of nowhere and's like, we finally decided to go public with this collection, a collection that has unbelievable treasure to it. I feel like it makes it more believable. A Pokemon industry plant. Yeah. Actually, that would be pretty big brain. Because this is very clearly designed, like almost like a Chat GPT template for turning Pokemon into like some kind of Louis Vuitton like accessory, like a luxury fashion type thing. Or actually more appropriate to liken it to watches. It's designed the same way they would design like luxury watch spaces. So it could be, maybe Pokemon's trying to make a play like, we need more Jolina Giselles out there with collections like this. How much would you guess the collection is worth? Haven't seen all 60,000 cards, but everything that's visible here, I think it's easily north of 20 million, probably like 25 million. This Pikachu illustrator alone is probably already like 3 by itself, and she's got 2, but this one's going to be more than this, because it's the first ever graded one. I feel like the story's real, she's real. The bigger question I have is, who is her family? Seems suspicious with how secretive it is. I would love to know. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's very fishy. There's only like 20-something illustrators, right? Yeah, I don't remember the exact number. It might actually be 20. Let me see. $39. There are 39 verified Pikachu illustrator cards. Look up the Giselle family. I tried, nothing came up. Because like when you look up Giselle, this is what I saw earlier. When you look up Giselle family Sweden, the first thing is Sweden charges man for selling wife to 120 men. And I was like, well, that's peculiar behavior. But it's definitely not her family. I couldn't find anything on the family. The dude on the website posing as a Swiss actor, though. Oh, this guy, who I assume is her husband? Or maybe boyfriend, I'm not really sure. They're Swiss, not Swedish. I thought they were Swedish. Is it Swiss? Doubt this will help us figure out who this family is, but you are correct. Kevin Lutolf is a Swiss model, and that is absolutely him there. He is not a small model either. Wow, actually very popular. Her dad worth at least 500 mil, cause ain't no way he's giving his daughter 25 like that if he isn't. Oh, I mean, I think it's very... Brother, that's just the collection alone. This room... Like, look at this room. This room alone is probably in like a fucking $30 million mansion. Like the chandeliers, the glass, even just like the cupboardry, like all of it is very clearly an extraordinarily expensive mansion. There's a second floor up here that's just gaudy gold. This is a billionaire family. The question is, who though? In 1,000 years, anthropologists are going to think this Pokemon cards were like Sumerian tomes or something. True. That ain't no ordinary glass either. It's Italian Murano glass. How the fuck do you even know that? I'll take your word for it because you're speaking like an authority on the matter, but you can just immediately identify glass on sight? He made it. Yeah, dude out here glass maxing. Actually, I designed those for it. Also, it's sitting on top of pure obsidian. If you stack those up, you can go to the nether. The earliest mention of her Pokemon cards is on his Instagram, February 18th. It's got to be some kind of psyop. What was the mention? Was it like a hype-up thing? Or is it like a... So we just started collecting these Pokemon cards, me and my wife. Like, what is the mention? I mean, I feel like we could probably track it, right? By some of these purchases, these are very low-pop cards. So, this is a relatively new video. I imagine as some of the, like, real OG collectors look at this, they'll be able to figure out who this is. So, like, this Pikachu Illustrator card, I have no doubt you can trace the transactional history of it. Or this PSA 8 Illustrator. These are incredibly low pop cards. People keep their eyes on these all the time. I'm just not deep into it like that, so I don't know where I'd be looking to find all of that info, but the real collectors know. So you could easily find out if this is some kind of like psyop and these are just like, I don't know, extremely wealthy zombies that are instantly trying to flip this to like a, Saudi royal family member looking to expand their collection. Or if it is like she says, and it's been like this lifelong journey over 30 years collecting this. Entirely possible they hired him for that shoot. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really true. Can you come pretend to be like my boyfriend or something for my Jolina Giselle Pokemon collection tour? I'm crafting a fine narrative. That's very true. I didn't think of that either. That'd be so fucking sad. Jolina apparently did an interview on a Pokemon forum where she said the collection doesn't belong to her, it belongs to her father, who wants to remain private. She also said her family's not rich, they've just been collecting cards for over 10 years. Wait, where's that forum? I've got to see that. That's the biggest fucking load of barnacles I've ever heard. Family's not rich, just been collecting for 10 years. Golden Mansion, by the way. Even 10 years ago, by the way, these cards are still hundreds of thousands of dollars. Pokemon blew up recently, but these are still extremely expensive cards 10 years ago. What forum is that from? I want to take a peek. Oh, this is new, too. Oh, is this in response? Oh, this must be in response to the video going up. No confirmation that this is actually her, but I guess still read it. Hi everyone, so sorry for the delay. We've been so overwhelmed with everything, but now I'm finally here to answer your questions. Guinness World Record, would you apply? Yes, technically we could apply. We've decided not to. It's a long process. We also don't want to take a title away from anyone. To be honest, we're also just not that interested in it. What matters to us is sharing the collection with the public, as many collections like this stay hidden for years. Guinness World Records are pretty meaningless anyway, to be fair. I could buy that. Where's the collection from? Is this about money? We're honestly just a normal family from Switzerland. Nope, not true. Very, very, very rich. I don't know why she's trying to pretend otherwise. This collection didn't come from being some super creepy rich family, but from a lot of time, dedication, and consistency over many years. Of course, it costs money, but most of the cards were bought a long time ago, long before they reached the values they have today. That being said, I know I'm very lucky. My parents have always raised me to stay grounded and humble. They both started with very little and worked really hard for everything they have, so for us, this was never about money at all. It was simply a shared passion for Pokemon, and we never expected it to become this valuable one day. So when I first asked my dad if we could collect all the Pokemon cards in the world, I had no idea what that actually meant. I wasn't aware that Pokemon cards could be so expensive. I was just a 10-year-old completely obsessed with Pokemon, and somehow that obsession ended up taking over my dad as well. My Pokemon, seems like she's telling the same story that she told in that interview about helping her make friends. About her favorite Pokemon. Okay, here's something interesting. We've had the collection for a bit more than 10 years. And although Pokemon is still huge and pretty emotional part of our lives, we feel like we would be ready to pass it on to someone else. Okay, hold on. That being said, we would only sell it as a whole. A collection like this took an incredible amount of time and effort to build, and we don't want to break it apart. But of course, my own personal cards are something I will always keep, and I'll share those very soon. Alright, now it's looking significantly more fishy. They've had this collection for only a bit more than 10 years. That kind of flies in the face of like collecting it for a long, long time. Again, these cards are still... You're spending millions of dollars to have this collection 10 years ago. Shit, even if you bought this collection 20 years ago, you're still spending millions of dollars on it. These are extremely, extremely rare low pop cards. There's just no way. And it's apparently 60,000 cards. So now it's seeming like they are looking to try and find a buyer for it. Which to me is probably the impetus for why they came forward with this collection video at all. All of those certs are old certs too. Not many new PSA cert cards are there. That's an interesting observation. Who owns the collection? Who's Jolina? Collection belongs to my family and was built by my dad over many years. I'm Jolina, his daughter, and I never claimed the collection was mine. I've seen some assumptions that I'm a model actor pretending to be a fake daughter, which is honestly so funny to me, but no, I'm simply his daughter. My dad prefers to stay out of the spotlight, so I ended up being the one to share the collection since it all started with me, and that's literally all there is to it. There's still a lot more questions. I'll do my best to check in here from time to time. I'm a normal student preparing for my final exams. Final exams. Huh. I don't know what the Reddit stuff is that she's referring to here. You think the cards are fake or just the story? The cards are not fake. I truly don't believe the cards are fake because, again, you can check the certs yourself. It would be very difficult to fake that. Even if you were trying to do like slab switching, it would still be a hard sell. Because you'd have to... For this, it would be noticeable. So the cards are not fake. I do not believe these are fake at all. The story and everything kind of around it, that's where I believe there's a lot of red flags. I like how she claims I like how she says she never claimed the collection was hers, yet it's officially called the Jolina Giselle collection. The people they follow on Instagram range from Logan Paul to Crypto Dudes. If you look at the playlist on the channel, they made an entire short film for this. All very sad. An entire short film. Oh, wow. What? Okay, wait a minute. They got Fincher in here making a short film for the Jolina Giselle Pokemon collection. Wait, I'm all in.
On action.
Okay. Where's the actual short film? This is just behind the scenes. Oh, here, let's see the trailer. Maybe that's the short film.
Robbery.
Not rich, by the way. Normal Switzerland family, by the way.
I'm all in.
This isn't just a collection, it's a legacy. Ready for round 2?
Huh. Wow, this really is peculiar. Imagine they got Neil Blomkamp to direct this. That'd be cool.
The energy on set, it was so much fun, and especially during the robbery scene, Kevin and I laughed all the time. It was so funny.
Nice. Action.
Nice stunt. Good work, Kevin. So this is definitely just her house. I was wondering if this was going to be like a set or something. Like this is just the house they rented for the sake of this short. I think this is actually just her residence. If you're that rich, why even sell the collection? If you're that rich, why sell the collection? Brother, more money. But, huh? Money, bro. What? There's still a lot of money out there that they don't have. It is weird. But again, like, I don't really see the fucking point. All of this to appeal to some crazy, gigantic turbo whale out there to buy their collection. It just feels absurdly over the top and unnecessary if that's the goal. It's very weird. It's all very weird. That's what rich people do, though. Do they? I don't know. I can't say I've seen a lot of rich people making a short film trailer to advertise their collection of Pokemon cards before doing a tour. That's pretty new to me. Like those fucking goobers that spend 50 mil on Jackson Pollocks and stuff, I don't see them making trailers to show you their Jackson Pollock, where they have Colonel Sanders fucking rappel through the window. I gotta get my hands on that Pollock! This is the fucking Rim Jimbo collection of Pollock paintings. Fucking world renowned. You're just not tuned into the scene. Maybe. Will you buy it? Will I buy it? Brother, what the fuck? Yeah, I'll toss her an offer. I'll play ball.
Initiating moisture.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. How fucking nostalgic. Just that sentence alone is enough to remind me of the old days of the Scholastic Book Fair, short spiky hair, and leather jackets guaranteeing you pussy. Scary stories to tell in the dark is a classic, much like Goosebumps. Scary Stories was actually, the creature design was enough to send shivers down my boners. The creature design in Scary Stories I thought was fantastic. The way it was described, the way that you picture it, the way it was illustrated, everything about it just screamed, holy shit, to a younger viewer. And that's exactly what this movie does. It's such a faithful adaptation, and it doesn't pull any punches when it shows you the disturbing creatures. It goes pretty fucking hard. And for a movie that's clearly aimed at a younger audience, because it's pretty obvious the main characters are younger, there's no blood, there's no bad words, and the source material was aimed at preteens and teenagers, it goes hard. Like, it really does. There's brutal murders, there's deaths. The first kill especially is pretty goddamn disturbing, all without a single fuck being said or any drops of blood being spilt. It reminds me a lot of something like Are You Afraid of the Dark or Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like, Courage has a whole bunch of horror elements thrown into it that are actually terrifying to a younger viewer like me, you know, shit your pants scary, piss in your own mouth. It's horrifying stuff as a child, as a young viewer. This movie has that same sense where if you're younger, you're probably going to be pretty fucking creeped out by it. But even as you're older, while you might not be having nightmares about it or anything like that, or calling your mom at 2 a.m. scared, you can still appreciate it because it's still really fun and it does a great job, just like Courage or Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now, to be honest, I don't know what kids find scary or anything these days. I'm not exactly going around during Halloween and trying to scare kids and getting disappointed when they're not afraid or anything. I don't know what's scary to them. I feel like kids growing up in this day and age probably won't find this very scary, to be honest, because if you just mistype something on Google, you might end up seeing like an ISIS beheading video. There's a lot more access to genuinely horrifying shit. And even on YouTube, you can find unintentionally horrifying family-friendly content. Spider-Man butt-fucking Elsa's brains out in a bathroom. Things definitely can disturb kids by pure accident that they don't mean to, and it probably makes them not afraid of something like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I don't know. I'm just spitballing because I feel like with all that access, they probably aren't going to be that afraid of it. But from my perspective, as a younger person, I know I would definitely be afraid of it. 100%. And I enjoyed it as a 25-year-old man. I thought it did a great job, and there were some actually pretty creepy moments in here. Some gross out shit that I thought worked well, and I just really had a lot of fun with it. The characters were good. I really enjoyed most of the characters. I thought some of them were pretty underutilized, so when they did die or go missing, you didn't really feel much for them because you didn't really know them all that well. Like, shit, it was pretty easy to forget some of the names, to be honest. It's just, I feel like could have done more with some of the characters. And other than that, there's just nothing I can complain about. I really enjoyed it. The atmosphere that it built was great. The set design was great. And I really can't go hard enough on how much I enjoyed the creature design. Maybe it's just because I am familiar with the source material. So seeing that brought to life on the big screen was nice. But I don't know, I just really liked that. And I know there's a lot of CG moments in here that don't land, like especially in the bathroom scene in particular. A lot of the CG just kind of looks a little Jimmy Neutron-y, a little goofy. But I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be incredible or anything like that. I wasn't even expecting it to be good, but I walked away really liking this movie. So plugging Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark into the Moist Meter, I'm giving this bad boy a crisp 70. I liked it a lot, and I hope it does well, because I'd love to see more of the classics adapted like that. I thought it was a really good attempt, a good job, really well executed, and I had a lot of fun. Jackson, I wanted to change the score. I think 70's a little low because I really didn't have anything bad to say about it, but I don't know if 80's right either, but I really liked it, so I'm going 80. So just go ahead and take the 70 out and place this in there. Plugging this shit into the Moist Meter, I'm giving Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark an 80%. I think there's a lot to like about it. That's it. So yeah. The new Running Man movie just came out, and I've seen a lot of people aren't loving it. It hasn't been getting the standard Edgar Wright glaze. A lot of people have been saying that it's just not amazing. I haven't really seen anyone call it like outright bad or anything, because it's not. You know, we're not talking about like a War of the Worlds level catastrophe here of a film or anything. Most people are just saying that it's kind of underwhelming and mid. And I've just now watched it, so I'm here to tell you definitively that's kinda right. It's far from a bad film. It's just a very standard one. Like, it's very generic. It's an action film that has some very good action sequences, but it has quite a lot of problems. And if you are someone that's a big fan of this director's work, if you are an Edgar Wright superfan, I would wager my left shoe that this will probably be towards the bottom of your list of his movies. This is a shockingly studio-safe production, it feels like. It doesn't really inject any of the creative personality that his films are known for. It really feels like more of a paycheck than a passion, which, all I'm saying right here, probably doesn't matter if you don't really care who the director is. Like, if you're not the biggest Edgar Wright enthusiast with dick in hand for every single thing that he slaps his name on, it probably won't matter to you because you're not going to be holding it to this higher standard of what his previous films have had. And I think that's totally fine. But I think pretty much anyone that watches this will walk away being like, oh, that was an enjoyable action flick, but nothing beyond that. So this film is not at all related to the 80s Arnold movie, which I haven't seen in a long time, but when I was a kid, I remember really liking that movie. And this one is very different, and I think that's probably a good thing. As I understand it, this borrows more from the Stephen King novel that it's based on, which maybe fans of the original works will appreciate. But I just think that by incorporating a lot of these elements that I imagine were present in the book, it leads to a little bit of bloat in this film where it starts to kind of have these pacing issues where it kind of just wants to like stumble through scenes to get to like a bigger moment without like building a real connection to characters. Like it feels like it was more focused on getting things from the book onto the big screen without really making it flow super well. And to kind of elaborate further on what I mean by that, a lot of Ben Richards' survival in The Running Man is kind of out of his own hands, where he just happens to luckily run into someone that is far better equipped to win this game for him, and is able to kind of like piggyback off of their ideas for survival and kind of just go along with their plan. Which I imagine in the book is probably not exactly how it plays out, but in the film here, it just feels like a very convenient plot armor for him, where he just happens to run into these guardian angels that literally sacrificed their lives in order for him to win the Running Man. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but this is what I'm saying, where it feels like it has these issues where it gives you this action, and then it wants to give you the next part with the action where it's like a couple days further. But in order to do that, you have to meet this character quickly, like in an alley that gets you to that point, and you don't spend a lot of time with that character. And then you get to the next action scene, and then you have to meet another character because that's going to get him a couple more days into the future for the next action thing. And if that character dies, you don't really care because you don't fucking know anything about that character. It just feels a little wacky when it comes to its pacing in that regard, which makes it feel a little underwhelming when a lot of the times Ben Richards isn't the one who's like really beating the network. So I've kind of already dove into some complaints, but like I said, I think it is a fun action movie, and I think the entire premise is very fun. So it's set in a world where barbarism is entertainment now with this thing called the Running Man, where you have this team of 3 that gets chosen, and then they use basically AI or whatever technology they have in that universe to fake all of these videos and stuff to paint them as horrible, terrible people, so that way all the world roots against them and wants them to die. And the objective of the game is to survive while they're being hunted by their fellow civilians that hate these people because they're led to believe that they're scum of the earth, truly irredeemable garbage, and they're also being hunted by hunters who are professional killers. And again, the goal is just to survive. If they survive, they get $1 billion. They basically get set for life. And the objective is to last a month for our main character, Ben Richards. We get a little of his backstory. He and his wife have a daughter who's sick, but because Ben tried to be a good person and report like some injustices in his business, he's been blacklisted across every job imaginable because the network that owns the Running Man owns the entire country. So he can't get a job, and he can't pay for the medicine for his daughter that would save her life. It's the flu, basically. And he can't even pay for that because he can't get a job. It just leads to him signing up for the Running Man in order to go through this death gauntlet. And the movie is very on the nose about its message with all the propaganda and how it like alters all the videos to make people hate each other. And so that way it like ignites this fire. So they want to kill Ben and the other 2 people that are chosen with him. And it's like a very fun world that it builds here, but I just don't think it explores it overly well. And it doesn't do a good job of like balancing humor with seriousness. This feels like a movie, and I imagine in the book too, that needed to be more serious. Like, the wackiness in Arnold's 80s film, I think, fits in that context of The Running Man, which is drastically different from this one. Like, some of the campiness in Arnold's, I don't think should have been tried to, you know, emulate in this 2025 one. It just feels like a tonal, like, clash there. It feels like you need to buy into the seriousness of everything happening in that world, but then that's undercut with every character Ben meets, and even Ben himself, joking pretty frequently. Like, I wouldn't say it's like MCU levels of quips and quirkiness. There were just a few times where it felt really out of place for that. Like, it didn't do a good job of weaving that in there in a way that didn't feel jarring, especially because the humor wasn't really landing in my eyes. Like, I don't think many of the jokes were knocking it out of the park, we'll say. Like, I don't think it was worth sacrificing some of the seriousness that I think probably should be there to make you really care and buy into it for the sake of, like, a quick line or two that's a silliness. But it's not the biggest deal in the world, because the movie really relies on two key factors. Its action sequences, which I do think are good. I think they are filmed well. I think they are really exciting action moments in this movie, and there is a lot of them. And two, Glenn Powell as the main character, Ben Richards. Glenn Powell does a great job. I think he was a really good action movie star here. I think he did a good job of being someone you can root for, and also being a psychopath that does have, like, the natural, you know, X factor to make him realistically have a chance of winning this game against all of these experienced killers and just literally every stranger on the street. So he does a good job of being like a dad that you want to see win and get back to his family, as well as like this psycho that you're really excited to see kill some hunters. I think it was very good performance from Glenn Powell here. So overall, I did enjoy the movie. I think it is an entertaining action film. No, it's not the strongest action movie or anything like that. And yes, admittedly, it is one of Edgar Wright's weaker films. But I still was entertained. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. What do you think is the most clowned upon profession in the world? Or rather, I guess to phrase it a better way, what job do you think commands the least amount of respect? Telemarketer, perhaps? Streamer, maybe? What about game journalist? I feel like over the last decade and some change, there are few jobs that are as much of a spitball magnet as game journalism. The reputation has basically been flushed down the shitter. It's basically just soiled toilet paper at this point. People have more respect for a fucking fart inspector than they do for game journalism. But, that being said, the beauty of having so many people all giving their thoughts on games means that you can always find someone whose tastes align with yours. Even if you have absolute dog shit tastes, you bet your sweet bippy there's a game journalist out there with that same mutation, that same abominable palate, and then you can follow their reviews to help make an educated decision on what you want to spend your money on. I'm a big proponent of more information is always better when it comes to purchasing. Shit is expensive. So, I think there is still value in reviews, but what's become far more standard now is people will just watch a streamer or a video on YouTube, a Let's Play of a game that they might be interested, so they could watch the gameplay for themselves and make their own educated decision based on what they're seeing. Anyway, the reason why I'm yapping about game journalism again is because a big, spicy story just broke in regards to a huge player in the space that I think a lot of you are probably familiar with, Video Gamer. Yeah, the one that's been around for fucking 2 decades, that Video Gamer. Well, it turns out the cat's been let out of the bag. They have been vomiting out AI-generated reviews after firing much of their human staff and have AI role-playing as game journalists. So, some of the reviews you've seen from Video Gamer aren't actually from a human being that used the product. Like their Resident Evil Requiem review is actually all AI mumbo-jumbo. It's riddled with the classic M-dashes that AI has become obsessed with. It's like fucking heroin to AI. And because the game was so new, it didn't have other reviews to steal from. It had to resort to just vomiting out information from the early previews and early information. Oh, also, if you're wondering if there was a disclosure from Video Gamer informing their readers that what they were digesting was actually hollow AI nothing burgers, then rest assured the answer to that is a resounding fuck no. At the bottom, apparently they had this. You can trust Video Gamer. Our team of gaming experts spend hours testing and reviewing the latest games to ensure you're reading the most comprehensive guide possible. Rest assured, all imagery and advice is unique and original. Check out how we test and review games here. And the author who's credited with that Resident Evil review is, of course, the legendary Brian Marigold, whom all of us probably still have posters in our room of. They try and play this off like it's a real human being, by the way. Brian Marigold is not flesh and blood. He's AI and cringe, but they still give him a whole lore breakdown here like he's a fucking League of Legends champion. And they try and make him sound really badass like he's the Max Payne of gaming journalists. It's so unbelievably pathetic. Brian Marigold once saved 5 children from a burning orphanage and still had time to level up his battle pass and complete his gacha game dailies. He is an ultimate video gamer with enthusiasm and clarity in his writing that rivals even God himself. It's... oh my lord. I don't know how they thought no one would notice this. Now, I know I'm a little tardy to the party on this, and I talked about it a little bit on stream, but I didn't realize just how hog wild they were going with this AI game journalist thing that they're doing. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, game journalism is an industry that people make fun of constantly. I've made tons of jokes about game journalism. It's not exactly a field that has people taking their hats off and saluting them. No one's treating game journalists like firefighters, like they're fucking heroes or anything like that. But even still, this sucks. This blows major butt. This is not a good direction for things to be going, because it starts with game journalism, then it'll be other journalism, then it'll be everything you consume is AI generated. And in the case of reviews specifically, this is fucking awful, because there are people that do rely on, like, reviews about the purchases they are potentially going to make. So if they're getting fed slop from Video Gamer that's AI generated, then they're receiving fraudulent information, not a review, which is completely worthless and potentially damaging. So, like, take for example a product. Let's expand this beyond games, right? If every product you see out there doesn't have real human reviews and it's all AI generated with AI pretending it was a human that used it and giving it, 5 stars out the wazoo, how are you supposed to know if it's a piece of shit, right? You'd have to, look up maybe a YouTuber or a streamer and hope that you find something there for each product. If every review is AI generated, you're not getting any real information or any real insight from a human being. Thus, it's completely useless to you. It's not actually even analyzing the product. It never had the product. It can never use the product. So you're getting phony baloney garbage, which is terrible because, again, I think it is valuable that people have as much information as possible when it comes to the products that they might be spending a lot of money on, like in the case of a $70 video game. So now the question needs to be asked, what happened to Video Gamer that got us to this point? And the answer is a tried and true story, song and dance we've seen a million times before. They were acquired by an agency. That agency's name is Clickout Media. More like Dick Out Media, because all they did was put their dick down the throats of multiple staff members that they decided to lay off and allegedly not pay. According to some of the laid off staff, the company still owes them money, and that last year the new owner began to load the site with AI written stories about casinos, which is just amazing, by the way, because that's exactly what puts a smile on my face, having AI try and prod me into gambling. Charles, do you want infinite money? Basically headache free? Have you heard of slot machines? Check out our review on this new Emotep themed slot machine right now that people are saying is basically free money you can't lose. That sounds super cool. Thank you, Video Gamer. Oh, whoops-a-daisy, I misremembered. That disclaimer about trusting Video Gamer because they have a team of, real human beings that test the fuck out of it and it's all unique and original, that notice wasn't at the bottom of the articles, it was actually at the top. But anyway, we already covered Brian Marigold, how he's not actually a real human being. He is a confirmed AI-generated puppet for Video Gamer that just spits out uselessness. But, let's not forget, Brian Marigold is an experienced iGaming and sports betting analyst and a lifelong gamer at heart who actually has seen active combat. He's responsible for over 500 confirmed kills. Brian Marigold kind of does it all. We know that. But he's not the only one. They have a bunch of AI-generated authors there on Video Gamer that they pretend are real people, such as Callum Mercer. Now, in the case of the AI-generated Resident Evil Requiem review, initially it was on Metacritic contributing to the overall score of the game, but then Metacritic was made aware that it was AI-generated, so as a result, they've now severed ties with Video Gamer. Now, Clickout Media describes itself as a PR and marketing agency, but has a history of acquiring gaming and tech sites, including Techopedia, Adventure Gamers, and firing staff and replacing them with seemingly automated content around casinos and crypto. Weird. What? Why would they be using AI to promote crypto and casinos? Man, I just don't really get it. That's so odd. Are you telling me Clickout Media isn't by gamers for gamers? No, come on. If you can't trust Video Gamer, who can you trust? They even say it right there on their site on every article that you can trust them. What, are they lying? I doubt it. No way. There's no way. Grasping at straws, I say. There's a bunch of fucking fiddlesticks, I'm sure. Now, this next section is fascinating because it looks into Clickout Media, and I gotta tell ya, they look real fishy. Clickout Media's name rarely appears on the sites it acquires, and previous reports have accused the organization of parasitic SEO by buying domains with high reputations to use them to push crypto and casino content. Other reports have suggested that a conglomerate involving Clickout Media has links to offshore crypto and poker sites. Now that is quite a nefarious scheme. That is having your cake, eating it too, and then fucking the cake. So they're accused of buying these domains, very popular ones like Video Gamer, who a lot of people know, and then kind of just draining them to make them like a shell of their former self in order to push crypto and casino content while also being in bed with crypto and poker sites. So they get to benefit greatly from that. The traffic that they drive to those sites that they're reviewing. Like on Video Gamer, the casino reviews, I'm sure you can trust. Video Gamer says you can. Pretty interesting. Their sites are monetized through links to online casino sites. In recent months, Clickout Media has bought multiple cryptocurrency news sites, poker news sites, and tech news sites, in each case turning them into AI-powered sites creating content around cryptocurrencies and casinos. Press Gazette attempted to contact Clickout Media by available email addresses and via a form on its website, but has heard nothing. Patrick Garrett, editor-in-chief of Future's B2B game industry newsletter Knowledge, said this is not an isolated incident. He told Press Gazette, "As in all media, the current watchword is survivability. Precarity in the environment has been steadily worsening for years, and generative AI, as evidenced by the Video Gamer announcement, is becoming too tempting for some to ignore in the name of efficiency. This downscaling of staff in the game media is widespread, and we've seen several large American operations hit hard in recent years." Which I think everyone has seen the writing on the walls. People for the last couple years have been talking about how AI will inevitably be replacing tons and tons and tons of jobs. It's not exactly a wonderful future when down the line things like reviews might be AI generated, dominated by bots. A lot of the things you see online are already fully dominated by bots. A lot of what you see is completely fake, made up barnacles. A lot of it is AI generated. And now we are seeing that journalism is looking to be next on the chopping block as corporations are maybe looking to phase out journalists in favor of the cheaper, more efficient AI that can immediately get an article out based on other articles out there that it just fucking steals from. We are entering into an era where a lot of what you interact with on the cyberspace is going to be fake, not real, not human-made content, just AI-produced slop for your eyes to be glued to the screen and nothing else. We're seeing the shift. It's getting pretty crazy, and I just kind of wanted to yap about this one a bit because this is probably one of the bigger publications I've seen being openly caught red-handed, just replacing game journalists with AI drivel, and also completely changing the entire site to be more about, I guess, gambling and casino content from AI-generated reviews, pushing and hawking that kind of shit, I suppose. It seems very out of control based on all this available evidence, and I just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's it. See ya. Big changes are coming to Google. Can you guess what they are? Yep, it's that naughty little word again that could make any sane person start twitching and tweaking like they just hit the crack pipe. AI. Yep. It's AI. And some specimen have the gall to call it an upgrade. just giving you a fair warning here. Buckle your seatbelt. I'm delivering a full yappy meal with this topic. This is just egregious. Before I really dive in, though, just want to let you all know we are still doing our Memorial Day sale for Cheeky Soap, so you can go to usecheeky.com and get 20% off anything in the store using any creator code. It's the best soap in the universe. Upgrade your hygiene. Very moisturizing. Feels great after a shower. The era of linking you to sources relevant to your search inquiry are over. The 10 blue links, they have closed the book on it. Now these fucking whimsical Imagineers have unveiled an AI-powered overhaul that is centered around an intelligent search box, which sounds so spiffy and super cool. So instead of returning links that link to human sources for this information and websites that are run by people, well, most of the time, sometimes Google has linked to just complete fucking fraudulent slop, but on the whole, a lot of websites rely on the searches coming up when you look for the information that's relevant to their articles, and instead of now getting these links, Google search will drop users into an AI-powered interactive experience and is going to be introducing AI information agents to gather information on your behalf. These agents work like Santa's little helpers. They're out there in the trenches. They're putting together all the information to give you that beautiful gift of knowledge. So they go out and they scrape all of the websites that humans have provided the information for and feed it to you without you ever going to those websites. So those websites that the information came from see none of the benefit, apparently, but you get the information and you never click on the links or go there or anything like that, and you can't explore it further. The information agent has gathered it for you. So links are an afterthought. They will still be existing in some capacity, as I understand it, but it is primarily focused now on AI basically taking all of that and baby birding it into your mouth, just vomiting it into your mouth, and take them at their word that the AI is not hallucinating at the time and the information's not just completely fucking bogus. But as you can imagine, this isn't exactly going over swimmingly because so many people and businesses rely on Google search actually searching and linking the people that are looking for this information to their sites, because that's how they're able to survive and continue to provide that information, is people going to the site and exploring it there and engaging with it. If that doesn't happen, well, the site probably won't exist anymore. So now that information won't exist anymore. So where the fuck is the information agent going to even grab it from? I don't know. It feels like a really wacky and shitification. It doesn't do anything better. It just feels like it's more convoluted and just, again, a symptom of this disease that the world is inflicted with, where AI has to be ham-fisted into every single facet of life now to justify the trillions of dollars that are getting pulled into it this fucking puddle of filth. Personally, I just don't see how this is yeehaw worthy. A search engine is supposed to search things for you, the human being, but now this is a lack of search engine at this point. The AI is just doing it. But historically, what would happen is you would type in a question, you would get your links, and you would go through these and look at all the relevant pieces there. And sometimes there's even a little bit of thought that goes into it, where maybe there's like a website that you know has a poor reputation and provides like some bad information. Like for me, that's Fextra Life. If I'm ever looking up video game related shit and Fextra Life pops up as a link, I know to avoid it, because a lot of times they're just blatantly wrong. So I know when I'm looking at video game things, I can just immediately filter that out when the link pops up and go to another more trustworthy source. And sometimes when you're looking up other things, you'll go to a website that maybe looks a little bit fishy and you start to question if the information's accurate. So then you'll check a couple other websites against that information to see if it was accurate, and maybe it wasn't. That is you as the human being having to use a little neuron activation up here to get the correct information. But an information agent here, maybe they don't do that. Maybe they just scrape the information from those links. Like Fextra Life is usually at the top of video game searches, so maybe they just scrape the information there, and then when you search it through this new system here, they just give you the Fextra Life information that could just be entirely incorrect, and you would have no idea, of course, until you try to do it in the game and it just left with your dick in your hand, I guess. But like, there are just so many times where maybe it doesn't check if the information's accurate. It was just one of the pieces of information that it scraped and fed to you. It's just, I don't see how this is an improvement. I really don't. It feels like they want you to think as little as possible, which is a bad thing, and don't let anyone convince you otherwise. They want you to do as little as possible and activate your brain as little as possible. Let information agents do this for you. Let us guide you through your questions. That's another thing we'll get into in a moment. Let us do all of the thinking for you. You asked a question, yeah, but let us be the one to do all of the work and the actual gathering and thinking of it for you. That's bad. With the revamped search experience, also, side note, I hate that they are now slapping that label with anything AI to try and make it a little more palatable. Oh, it's a AI experience. But really, it's actually the lack of an experience and taking experience away from you. It's so fucking slimy. The new search box simply expands to accommodate longer, more conversational queries rather than making you decide what type of search experience or mode you want to choose at the start, and it'll have a new AI-powered suggestion system that goes beyond autocomplete to help people craft more complex and nuanced queries, Google says. And Google's AI overviews will also allow users to ask follow-up questions in AI mode, which begins on Tuesday. So yeah, now you can enter Dicko mode if you like, and also starting in the summer, you can create, customize, and manage multiple new information agents within Google Search that work in the background 24/7 to track changes on the web and alert you to new information. For instance, you can have them track market movements and stuff like that. The shift means that searching the web will increasingly be performed by AI agents rather than humans. Instead, people will focus more on acting on the information those agents provide instead of manually clicking links. Again, I don't think there's anything good about that. I think people should have to go through the information gathering process themselves because there's value in being able to filter bad information from the good information, instead of just blindly trusting AI to get it right for you. I think the more we go down this path of don't do anything, don't worry about doing anything, don't think, just sit there fucking drooling and let AI do it for you, the worse humanity gets. Now, of course, the argument always goes, well, this helps, combat misinformation because, maybe people don't develop the ability to figure out what's real and what's fake when it comes to the information that's provided through their search inquiries. And fair enough, yeah, there are plenty of people that fall victim to just, consuming just dog shit. That happens, yeah. But AI doesn't fix it either. Look at Twitter right now. Look at how people utilize Grok. You can have AI corroborate all of your incorrect shit too, depending on how you ask it. Because AI, right now by design, is there to appease you and fondle your little balls there at all times, which is why there's AI-enforced delusion, or AI-reinforced delusions and stuff like that, AI psychosis. It's always there to coddle you. Thus, it can be manipulated and can provide incorrect information or lead you down the wrong path when it comes to what information is relevant to your inquiries. It's not infallible. In fact, there are so many examples of it just being wrong and at times downright dangerous with how it behaves with people that interact with it. So I don't think that this is a good change here. I don't think it's an upgrade by any means. I think search engines should always remain just this search engine. You type your question into it, it provides all of the relevant links, and you as the human being are in the driver's seat figuring out what's relevant to what you asked and learn that way. So I'm not a big fan of this, and I obviously agree with the take a lot of people have about how this is really bad for the actual websites that the information is being scraped from, because the people that are using this are never going to go to that website, and that hurts the website. They need visitors to survive. So as that dries up, those websites will probably vanish over time. So where are they even going to start sourcing the information from at that point? It just feels like a fucking sloppy mess to me. Search can build custom experiences just for your individual questions, from dynamic layouts, interactive visuals, to persistent and stateful project spaces that you can return to again and again. One of the ways Google's integrating these new capabilities is with generative UI, where it builds custom widgets and visualizations on the fly in answer to users' search questions. You can imagine, for example, how a question about black holes in space could lead to an interactive visual that brings the concept to life, adding that users can then ask follow-up questions and see Google respond with brand new visuals in real time. So basically, jingling keys. Hey, wait, you asked this question? Visual learner, aren't you? Here, look at all this. And maybe that could be helpful to some people if the information is accurate, but counterpoint, you could also find that exact same shit on websites. Do you know how many websites have visual representations for the information they're providing? It's a very common thing. Like those exist, and they're made by humans as opposed to being generated by AI, where again, it could get it totally fucking wrong, and you as the person who asked the question wouldn't know that. And you're probably not going to go search, ancillary links outside of this conversational mode and this like interactive custom experience AI has built. So then you will just have incorrect information. But again, I don't view this as a good change. Now, this article covering it concludes by mentioning the likely impact this will have on Google referrals to publishers, noting that they've already been declining just from the AI overviews that currently exist. This has put some ad-dependent media operations out of business, and now things will likely get worse, which I agree. They most certainly will with this change being implemented. There's little time left for publishers to adapt. The new search box is arriving this week, and generative UI is arriving this summer. Both are free. The mini app building feature and information agents will roll out first to Google AI Pro and Ultra subscribers this summer, but Google's long-term plan is to make its AI technology more broadly accessible, including its personal AI agent Spark, which will eventually be free, as well as will many of the AI features. Part of the reason we focus on delivering frontier models, highly capable but also very efficient, fast, and at a lower price, is because we want to bring it to as many people as possible, and so I think that's an area where we will shine, the CEO stated. And that's a bunch of baloney. That's actually not at all the reason behind it. It's money. It's solely for money. If they can have a stranglehold on information like this and all of this AI technology and have people reliant and constantly suckling from their bosom, then they're going to stand to make tons and tons and tons of money. They already have basically a monopoly on search engines. They are the de facto search engine people use. So if they can convert into something like this, they will make even more money off being not just a search engine. And in fact, I would argue they would stop being a search engine almost entirely after this. I would think this is more akin to like a chat bot with a bunch of bells and whistles that'll make little custom things for you with their generative UI and stuff. But it feels like it's more of a chat bot that you're getting information from as opposed to a search engine. That's my take on it. But again, this makes them more money. That is the brass tacks of it. Like, they will make significantly more money with this pivot, and that's why they're doing it. And I don't think there's any, like, actual good things that come from it. It hurts all of the people that have websites that rely on Google indexing them and referring people to their sites. And also, it makes it bad for you, the person asking questions, because, well, now you just have to take your chatbot's word that it's real and accurate and stuff like that. Like, sure, you can still probably go search yourself looking through the actual manual links, but that's really not what Google's wanting anymore. And I think very few users that are going to engage with this would be the person that would go and like try and dig in to confirm whether or not what they were fed by AI was true. They probably will just be like, ah, okay, it said so, so it must be right. And I just think that's disastrous. So yeah, saw this change. I'm not a big fan of it. That's really about it. So yeah.